coming to you live from Elliott Field on the campus of Fitchburg State University. It is College Football Saturday here on FATV. I'm John Gugerty, joined as always by Dan Bolak. Dan, today the Falcons of Fitchburg State play host to the Pilgrims of New England College, NEC, playing their first varsity season of college football since 1973.
Yes, this small school up in Henniker, New Hampshire, they'd gotten rid of football a little while ago, but then, enrollment has been down a little bit. They're now, about under 1,000 undergraduates, and we've learned over time, if you're really struggling for enrollment, starting a football team is a great way to get people to come in and get interest in the university. Creates for a great atmosphere and so many other things. And so they started up football. They played a sub-varsity season last year, went 4-3, with wins over Plymouth State, Norwich, Vermont State, Castleton, and Curry, although mainly playing sort of the second squads of those sides. They started this season with a loss to Plymouth State, the varsity team there, 49-21, and then last Saturday took on MIT, which didn't go quite as well.
It did not. It was not a good day for the Pilgrims. 55-0 was the final score as they took on MIT, and today their holy mission takes them to Fitchburg, where they will play the Falcons, who come in with a record of 1-1 on the season. 2 weeks ago here on FATV, they defeated Dean by a final score of 49-14. Last week it was a 25-24 loss at UMass Dartmouth. But as losses go, Dan, it was a pretty darn good one for Fitchburg State.
Yeah, considering that the previous season, the Falcons lost to that UMass Dartmouth team by a score of 73-7, I think, a 65-point improvement from year to year is pretty significant, to say the least. Rocky Marchitelli was 9 for 18 for 97 yards with a 2-yard touchdown run. Zahir Gomez had a 13-yard touchdown run, in quotation marks. Wasn't actually a carry. Many weird things happened. Anthony Aquendo had 11 carries for 55 yards and a score, but also 4 catches for 46 yards. He showed himself to be quite an option out there to catch passes as well. Emilio Cabe had 4 catches as well. Cameron Topkin and Patrick Cates had 9 tackles each. Manny Cano had 8 tackles and an interception. Harvey Early Jr. and Jan Valls had interceptions as well. Antonio Pacheco recovered a fumble. This Falcon team forced 4 turnovers. That didn't include a blocked punt and a blocked extra point in that contest. And the Falcons have actually forced 8 turnovers in this young season. There's only one team in all of Division III that's forced more.
An aggressive, hungry defense for Fitchburg State and a very capable offense. It's definitely another, sort of a rebuilding year, but just a momentum-building year, we think, for Fitchburg State. They do seem like a team that's pointed in the right direction.
Yes, going into the beginning of the season, there was the thought that Fitchburg State could legitimately start the season 2-1, but we're mainly basing that off the fact that Dean finished last season on such a low note, and that New England College is literally starting from the ground up, basically. But now, the thought is, though, on paper, seeing the transfers and the players they were able to bring in, the thought was, we think this team can play, but we have to see it with our own eyes to be sure. After the first 2 weeks of this season, I think we can be pretty sure that this Fitchburg State team can play.
Yeah, we are indeed starting to see it again. The very, very impressive win at home against Dean 2 weeks ago here on FATV. Impressive in defeat last week on the road at UMass Dartmouth. Coming into the season, Dan, you probably would have penciled this game against NEC in as a win. But again, that would mostly just be on the assumption that, well, Fitchburg's probably better. After only 2 weeks of action, I think we can definitively say, coming in, the Falcons are the better team, and they are the heavy favorites because of it.
If we go to the computer ranking systems, Logan Hansen gives the Falcons a 76.8% chance. Yes, he goes to a decimal point and has the Falcons as about 12-point favorites. Ken Massey, who was pretty pessimistic about the Falcons coming in, of course going over last year's numbers basically, has them somewhere between a 76 to 84% chance and 17-point favorites. Bill Connolly doesn't do percentages, but the projected final that he came up with his system was something like 44-13, so he's pretty bullish on them.
See, that's why I like Bill Connolly, and it's not just because he engages with me on Blue Sky, although that does help.
But yes, the Falcons have started the season quite well and really got a lot of people's attention, I have to imagine, with taking UMass Dartmouth to the brink. The Corsairs didn't get the lead for good until there were 6 minutes left in the contest. The Falcons actually had a 35-yard field goal attempt with a little over a minute to go that was blocked. But if that had gone through, could UMass Dartmouth have gone back the length of the field in about 65 seconds to get a walk-off field goal? Who knows?
It's entirely possible. The world will never know. It played out a different way. Pilgrims are taking the field now. They are in the white jerseys and white pants with red numbers and letters.
This is the first road game for NEC this season. You know, last year they were used to going on the road. They didn't actually have a home field last year, and so they had to play all of those sub-varsity games on the road. This year they started their first 2 games at home. They were able to convert their rugby field into a football facility, and there's still more improvements to come. But they're really building up this program, building things up, and good things are on the horizon for New England College, but it is going to take a little bit of time.
And from the perspective of 2 Fitchburg State alums here on Fitchburg Access Television, maybe it takes a little more time than this week. That would not be bad for Fitchburg State, is all I'm going to say.
I mean, looking back at last week's game against MIT, Lucas Kutzdorfer was 4 for 22 for 4 yards through the air. Jack Lombardo found Jackson Borkish for a 27-yard throw, and that was really the most successful play that New England College had all day. The Pilgrims were 4 for 16 on 3rd down and outgained 470 to 81, and only 5 times were they able to move the chains.
Not great, one could successfully argue.
Yeah, MIT is decent. I mean, I know when you think MIT football is probably about the 83rd thing that comes to mind.
You know, there are a few things ahead, many of them academic.
Quite a lot of them, but MIT has had some decent seasons in football from time to time. And here are the Falcons taking the field.
Solid gold again for Fitchburg State, gold jerseys and pants with the green helmets. Green letters and numbers as well. Falcons taking the field arm in arm as it is an emotional day here at Elliott Field.
Yes, we're going to hear from Dr. Robert Hines about this, but this past summer, the Falcons lost one of their own in Robert Williams Jr., a 3-year player for the Falcons, and a player who, talking with the coaches at Media Day, it's like they mentioned no one ever had an unkind thing to say about Robert Williams Jr. Everybody loved him. He would do whatever you asked him to do. A former Marine, he was a player that everybody loved.
Falcons paying tribute to him here today. Members of his family in attendance. And we will turn it over to our public address announcer, Dr. Robert Hines.
Fans, today's game honors the memory of our teammate and friend, Robert Williams, whom we lost this past summer. Before joining the Fitchburg State community as a student in 2022, Robert served our country as a member of the United States Marine Corps. An engineering technology major, Robert competed for 3 seasons on both the football and track teams here at the university. We remember Robert Williams as one who worked hard, was a kind friend, and was a dedicated Falcon who left an indelible mark on our campus community. Let us never forget number 91, Robert Williams. Joining our captains on the field today are members of Robert's family, his mother Stacy Cushman, his father Robert Williams Sr., his sister Kayla Cushman, his cousin Valentin Rodriguez Jr., his aunt Julie Samard, his uncle Gary Colcaw, his cousin Kimberly Samard, and his best friend from high school and the Marine Corps, Tyler Nong. Please know that the Fitchburg State community is here to support you and that Robert's memory will live on as a student athlete, a teammate, and a permanent part of the history of this Falcon football program. Thank you. Robert's family members will be joining Fitchburg State University President Donna Hodge and her husband Dustin in the President's Pavilion today. Also present are Director of Military and Veteran Services Nolan Buck, along with current military and veteran students whose service spans the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marine Corps, and National Guard. On behalf of the entire Fitchburg State community, thank you to all who serve. Fans, please direct your attention to midfield for today's coin toss. Representing the visiting Pilgrims, number 0, Ishawn Taylor, number 5, Gabriel Madison, number 8, Ethan Ksineska, and number 77, Sebastian Coppola. Representing the Falcons, number 0, Cameron Topkin, number 3, Easy McKnight, and number 5, Rocky Marchitelli.
New England won the toss, deferred. Fitchburg will receive at this end. Captain, shake.
Stand ready for anthem. I'll cue you.
Fans, at this time we ask that you please stand as you are able and welcome the Fitchburg High School Band, who will be performing our national anthem today.
College Football Saturday here on FATV. I'm John Gugerty, joined as always by Dan Bolek. We are here at Elliott Field on the campus of Fitchburg State University, just about ready for kickoff between the Falcons of Fitchburg State and the Pilgrims of New England College. Fitchburg State comes in with a record 1-1 on the season. NEC is 0-2. There you see Fitchburg head coach Izzy Abraham.
We request your cooperation by supporting the participants and officials in a positive manner. Profanity, racial or sexist comments, or other intimidating actions.
One interesting thing about this contest, this is a non-conference game. The Falcons started with the very first conference game in the nation 2 weeks ago. And this week is the week in which they are playing their one non-league game. So it's a little bit, it's an opportunity for the Falcons, if you will, because they maybe have a chance to, try some different things. They're not going to have a shot at an at-large no matter how they finish. So, this might be an opportunity that the Falcons can take to try some different looks on offense, try to experiment with things a little bit. Andrade will kick it away. It's a short kick, goes to the near side, taken by Antonio Pacheco, runs over a man, and drives his way past midfield.
Falcons sideline fired up immediately after that return by Pacheco. He just lowered his shoulder and drove through a prospective tackler. Great field position for Fitchburg State. They will have it 1st and 10 right on the midfield stripe. Take another look. Pacheco just lowers the shoulder and drives through a Pilgrim. Gets to midfield before he's brought down.
And Nilson Andrade has been averaging about 45 yards on his kickoffs, so he hasn't been putting the biggest of boots into the football. Falcons will take advantage of that, get a solid return, and now only half the field required. It'll be 1st and 10 from midfield. Rocky Marchitelli is the quarterback. Rashawn Stewart is the running back to his left. Marchitelli scrambling to the right as he looks for somewhere to go. Gets a pass off, but it really was into no man's land. He was trying to find Darian Kimball, but that was well short of the mark and in between a number of Pilgrims.
3 Pilgrims in the area of Kimball as he tried to make that catch. It looked like Marchitelli had some room in front of him to maybe take off and run with it, but he decided to keep it and throw. Pass fell incomplete. Now it's 2nd and 10.
Rashawn Stewart, by the way, the junior from San Antonio, Texas, 111 yards in 2 games. Coming in today, we have our first penalty.
Full start. Offense, number 80. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
Nico Caputi is the guilty party. As we hear from our referee, Richard Harrington.
2nd and 15.
Caputi, I believe this is his first game with the Falcons, missed the first couple of games due to injury. Marchitelli on 2nd and 15, throws left side, caught by Emilio Caby. Taken down around the 43-yard line. Solid tackle made there by C.J. Taylor, sophomore from Manchester, New Hampshire.
It had been a pretty nice start to the season for Caby. Came in with 7 catches for 69 yards on the young campaign. Makes his 8th grab of the season there. Turns it into a very manageable 3rd down for Fitchburg State.
Only need 2 yards to reset the box and get the first down of the contest. Stewart remains in the backfield, but the line is breached very quickly, and Marchitelli is sacked back at midfield. Ethan Sineska, sophomore also from Manchester, New Hampshire, coming up with that.
Just when you're thinking it's 3rd and short, the Falcons are going to get it, and if they don't, they'll go for it on 4th. In comes Sineska into the backfield. Brings down Marchitelli at the original line of scrimmage. Fitchburg State will have to kick it away. A little surprised they went to the air at all there, Dan, on 3rd and 2.
Kind of interesting that they put Stewart in the backfield and then proceeded to not use him on any of those plays. Hunter Sands will boot this away. Gavin Auger calls for the fair catch immediately. Camps under it and will pull it in at around the 17-yard line. 13:21 to go in the first, no score, and we'll see the Pilgrims for the first time today.
Saw the Falcons change it up a little bit at running back. They used Rashawn Stewart a little bit more in the backfield in the second half of that game at UMass Dartmouth. Might be feeling more comfortable with him as the primary ball carrier. Of course, Fitchburg State also has Oreo Fatoki, Anthony Aquendo. Number of weapons for Izzy Abraham's offense.
That's one of the more impressive things I'm getting from the early going is the Falcons do seem to have a lot of depth. Lucas Kutzdorfer is the quarterback, had a little bit of trouble with the snap, swings it out to the left side. It is caught and running up to the 20-yard line. Conrado Lago, the sophomore from Methuen, Mass, the former Ranger, is able to make that reception on the flat and rush forward for a gain of a couple.
You mentioned NEC, Dan, only had 5 first downs last week in their 55-0 drubbing at the hands of MIT.
Put 3 receivers out to the right side, but it is a run up the middle on 2nd down. Aiden McDonald will take the carry there.
Gain of 3.
23 carries for 61 yards coming today. He's a junior. He's from Salem, New Hampshire. They're the Blue Devils.
Brown and Martinez, Pacheco again combining for the Fitchburg State tackle.
Thought they were closer to Fitchburg.
Which one?
The Blue Devils.
Yeah. Another set of Blue Devils. There are many sets of Blue Devils. Third down. Throw to the left side. It's going to be caught. It'll be the first down of the game. Gavin Auger gets his 5th catch of the campaign.
First down yardage on the play.
The first down of the contest goes to the visiting Pilgrims.
Quick pass for Kutztorfer, not allowing any time for the Falcon rush to get into the backfield. Saw his first read open, delivered the ball accurately. Good pitch and catch for a first down.
Kutztorfer was just 17 for 49 in his first 2 games. He's the starting quarterback for the Pilgrims. He's from Germany. He'll be handoff to the left eye. Sean Taylor takes it to the 36-yard line. He's running to there. Easy McKnight was in on that tackle for the Falcons.
Mostly been Aiden McDonald doing the rushing for the Pilgrims. That's just Taylor's 10th carry of the season. He's averaging over 8 yards per though.
Mainly bolstered by a 65-yard touchdown run.
That'll help.
So he came in for the team lead in rushing yards. McDonald takes it on 2nd down. Driving forward, getting closer to the line to gain. He's down at the 40. He's about a yard short, but it's a manageable 3rd down for NEC.
I don't know how much of the second effort yardage McDonald gained there is because he kept his legs going and how much is because he just got German suplexed. Like, he has 2 Falcons wrapped around him. They both decide to pull him backwards. They dragged him forward for about 3 extra yards.
Ball on the 40-yard line. 1 remains in the backfield. Put a man in motion to the right side. 3rd and 1. It will be a carry all the way. Taylor is going to be taken down in the backfield.
KJ Harden comes up congratulating himself. Trying to drag this to the outside. Harden's able to pull down the ball carrier Taylor from behind.
4th down.
Here comes the punting unit for the Pilgrims.
Elijah Zaire McKnight ready to return this for Fitchburg State. Ben Roy is the punter. He's a sophomore from Windham, New Hampshire. There are a lot of underclassmen on this NEC side. Good snap, good boot. McKnight will watch it. He'll take it on 1 hop at around the 20-yard line. Makes a cut, comes to the near side. He's at the 45, to the 50, to the 45. Tries to make another move, runs out of real estate. It's Roy who has to make the tackle at around the 40-yard line of NEC. Great run back by Easy McKnight.
Another really good return by Fitchburg State. We saw the opening kickoff set the Falcons up at midfield. Easy McKnight does a little bit better than that. Takes the punt in on the bounce. He's just a shifty runner. You can't bring him down. You can't pen him in until he's finally forced out of bounds in Pilgrim territory.
43 yards from goal of the Falcons, their 2nd drive of the contest. Rashawn Stewart gets his 1st touch of the contest. Cuts up right side to 35-30, gets around a man to the 20-yard line, the 15, the 10, the 5, and he's taken down there.
There's a flag down all the way back at the NEC 38-yard line. It's a good chance this is coming back.
Holding. Offense number 74. 10-yard penalty. 1st down.
Josiah Russell, the sophomore from Charlton, is the guilty party. Back the Falcons up to about the 48-yard line. They say the hold occurred a little bit downfield. We'll see if we can spot it. See right there, you've got Russell basically wrapped around and falling down on top of an NEC defender.
Stewart gets 5 yards. That's all he'll be allowed to keep. NEC shifts up the line. It is a run up the middle. Abu Hussein getting his second carry of the campaign.
Gain of 3.
He gets to the 45-yard line. Hussein is a junior from Wallington, New Jersey.
Eric lingering on that hit for the Pilgrims.
Spent a little bit of time at Memphis. Played a little bit of spring football for him. Hussein is yet another running back that the Falcons have at their disposal as Marchitelli looks to throw. Right side it is, caught. That's Zahir Gomez. Right past the stick. It's going to be a first down for the Falcons.
Good protection for Marchitelli. He was able to step into this throw and deliver it perfectly. Fitchburg hurries up to the line. They'll go again.
Not going to give NEC much time to breathe. It'll be a throw to the left side. It'll be incomplete. Wanted to find Emilio Caby on the quick throw. Gabriel Madison was there with the coverage. Madison is the only senior on this NEC roster.
He was draped all over Caby there. Just good man-on-man defense.
8:11 to go in the first quarter, no score. Obviously, with the incompletion, the clock stopped. The Falcons can take a little more time to breathe. Sane remains in the backfield to the right of Marchitelli. 2nd and 10. Marchitelli will step up, go to the line of scrimmage, throws right side. It's going to be caught by Gomez at the 10-yard line, fighting off a couple Pilgrims. He's shoved out of bounds inside the 10-yard line.
Marchitelli again had nobody within 10 yards of him. Could have taken off and run with this one. This time the one 10 yards downfield was wearing a yellow shirt. Zahir Gomez was wide open. Marchitelli delivered the ball on target. Gomez made the catch. 1st and goal, Fitchburg.
From the 8-yard line.
False start. Offense number 72. 5-yard penalty. First down.
Falcons dinged for their second false start of the contest. Xavier Aguilar is called for it this time.
Back them outside the 10-yard line, but it will remain 1st and goal. Now at the 13.
Hussein will run to the right side, potential receiver, but it'll be a throw to the left instead, trying to get Kimball cutting across. But the throw a little bit rushed. The line was breached.
2nd and goal from the 13.
Falcons with 4 receivers, 3 to the left side. Hussein gets in position to get a pass instead, but Marchitelli's running to the left. He's just going to tuck and keep with it. So he'll be pushed out of bounds around the 6-yard line. Not a bad run, all things considered.
Pretty good gain for Marchitelli. You could see his eyes. He was looking downfield for a long way, even after he takes off and run with it. And you can see right there as he pulls the ball back into his body and really turns on the jets, he's made the decision to run, and he was able to get decent yardage. Now 3rd and goal from about the 9.
Yeah, they only give him to the 9 on that. Thought he'd gotten a couple of yards further, but nevertheless. Marchitelli looks over the middle, tries to find Caby. Caby couldn't come down with it with one hand, but he took a late shot. And that may be a reprieve for the Falcons.
I think Fitchburg State is going to wind up with another full set of tries at this. Caby went up, pass was a little bit too high for him. And yeah, that ball had hit the ground and Caby took a couple more
After the
steps.
Play, personal foul. Defense number 8. Half the distance to the goal. Automatic first down.
It's the captain, Ethan Sineska, who gets called for that. Sophomore linebacker from Manchester, New Hampshire, graduate of Manchester Central.
Trying to play good, hard, physical defense, but you just can't let the ball hit the ground and then a couple more steps be taken before you deliver the hit.
That resets the box as Marchitelli throws to the left side.
Marchitelli's pass falls incomplete.
Fell incomplete. They wanted Nico Caputi there.
2nd and goal.
Caputi, a former Red Raider of Fitchburg High School. also a former Western New England Golden Bear. Here's second down. They go to Hussein. Hussein tries to go to the right side. There's 2-3 Pilgrims there to meet him.
Hussein, the ball
And he's going to lose a couple of yards.
lost on the play.
Hussein didn't see much up the middle, tried to bounce it out to the right. He had a number of Pilgrims surrounding him. Gavin Philbrook was there, Leighton Brault was there. Here you see Brault calling signals for his defense.
Third down, Marchitelli over the middle. Here's Cavey, he's got it! Touchdown, Falcons!
Looked like a flipped version of the third down call that led to the penalty. On that play, Cavey from the left slot ran a post up the middle. This time he lines up in the right slot and runs a post. Finds the open space in the back of the end zone. Marchitelli delivers the pass, and it's 6-0 Fitchburg State.
Jonah Costa into attempted extra point.
Jonah Costa on for the extra point, snap down, kick up. It is good. 7-0 Falcons with 6:13 to go in the first.
Well thrown ball by Marchitelli, well kicked extra point by Jonah Costa. Fitchburg State has their first points of the game, the first points for either side. The home side here at Elliott Field is in a celebratory mood. It's a good day for celebration day. It's a good day for football.
Indeed it is. Pretty long scoring drive and obviously extended by that penalty.
Particularly considering that the Falcons only had to go 42 yards.
10 plays, 43 yards. Only took 3 minutes and 16 seconds. Hunter Sands ready to boot it away. Very nice kick taken in around the 7-yard line. Running up the middle and finally getting taken down at the 25-yard line. That was Jackson Borkish.
With the kickoff return.
Good return for Borkish, big hit for the Falcon defense. We'll see NEC's offense for the second time, but before we see them, let's take a moment to thank our underwriters here on FATV.
Fitchburg Access Television's remote productions are brought to you in part by Rollstone Bank and Trust, Acme Carpet One, All One Credit Union, The Sentinel and Enterprise, Minuteman Press, and Unitil.
First and 10 for the Pilgrims. Kutzstorfer throws over the middle. That bounces into the turf and off the leg of Austin Lassiter. Looking to find Dontrell White, sophomore from Ware, New Hampshire, which is just south of Henniker.
That answers the question of where, New Hampshire.
John Stark Regional High School located there, and NEC had their first ever game, in a sense, an intra-squad game in their sub-varsity season at John Stark High School. They were considering using that facility as their home field if they were not able to get the rugby field converted. Kutzstorfer wants to go for it all. A deep ball down the left side looking from Quadrado Lago, but it was well overthrown. There is stuff going back closer to the line of scrimmage, and a flag is thrown. Manny Cano was having a disagreement with one of the Pilgrims. I think that was Brady Gorley.
And there was pushing and shoving. I think the last shove before the flag was by Gorley. Doesn't necessarily mean he'll be the one charged with the infraction. It's a little bit early and entirely too nice out for the teams to be this angry with one another.
The result of the play is an incomplete pass. After the play, Unsportsmanlike conduct. Defense, number 22. Unsportsmanlike conduct. Offense, number 55. That is each player's first unsportsmanlike. Second down.
So they'll
Third down. Correction, third down.
They'll call Cano and Gorley for unsportsmanlike conduct. No yardage will be assessed, but each of them is now essentially on a yellow card. If they get another one, they're gone, right?
Yep. 2 unsportsmanlike conducts equals an ejection.
It's rare that American football borrows something from football and you want to use the soccer explanation to have it make sense, but that made more sense.
Third down and 10 for the Pilgrims. They want to throw. Kutstorfer's never going to have the chance to do it, though. He is sacked. Aiden Tomaszewski blew through the line, and Kutstorfer never had a chance.
Tomaszewski just runs right over the right guard, Braden Sohn, gets into the backfield, delivers a clean hit right to the midsection of Kutstorfer. Down he goes.
Pilgrims run 3 plays, go back 10 yards. And Ben Roy called on for his second punt of the day. It's a solid one, gets plenty of air time, and ultimately McKnight has to call for the fair catch.
Fair catch by McKnight.
Fitchburg State, Dan, will have their worst field possession of the day. 1st and 10 for them at their own 47-yard line. However, shall they deal?
They have to go a gargantuan 53 yards to find their second score of the contest. 5:07 to go in the first quarter. 7-0 lead for Fitchburg State. Oreo Fatoki now setting up as the running back to the left of Rocky Marchitelli. Marchitelli wants to throw on first down, wants to go for it all. He's got a man downfield, and Zahir Gomez. And Zahir Gomez will have the catch.
Big gainer for Zahir Gomez. And a Fitchburg first down.
Well, when you have to go a whole 53 yards to score 6 points, you want to get a big chunk of it all at once. Marchitelli, plenty of time to throw. Again, he steps into the pass, delivers it downfield. There is double coverage, but the pass is just perfect. Dropped right in the bucket to Gomez.
And here's Fatoki out to the right side. His first touch of the game is worth 6 points. Touchdown Falcons.
Oreo Fatoki back on the field for his first carry of the game. Breaks it out to the right side, gets into the end zone. It's a 2-score lead for Fitchburg State.
Fatoki able to just get to the right side. The space is there. The time is there. And Fatoki makes it 13-0. Costa on to attempt the extra point. Snap is down, kick is up, kick is good. It's 14-0 Falcons with 4:31 to go in the first.
Been a lot of times, Dan, here at Elliott Field where a team comes in as the heavy favorite, and after a quarter or so, you're like, oh yeah, that's why. Well, after 10 minutes, 29 seconds of this game, I think we can say, oh yeah, that's why.
As a reminder that you can support Fitchburg State University.
Pittsburgh State leading 14-0. We'll take another look at the touchdown run by Oreo Fatoki. It was great blocking. It was great blocking by the Falcon offensive line. Fatoki bounced it out to the right side, was able to get in. Not quite untouched, but darn near untouched. No one looked like they had a serious chance of bringing him down. I was a little bit curious as to why Fatoki or Anthony Aquendo hadn't seen the field on the Falcons' first couple of possessions. They bring Fatoki out for drive number 3. He's on the field for 2 plays, one the big hitter to Gomez and one the touchdown.
Second touchdown of the season for Fatoki. Kickoff goes to the 11-yard line, taken back by Spencer Bryan. Bryan's got a good run to the 30, stood up there at the 35-yard line. It's Elijah Zaire McKnight who was the first to arrive.
Easy McKnight showing he's capable of more things, not quite on defense, that's special teams, but it's the same philosophy. Always good to have a cornerback who can tackle, I guess is what I'm trying to say. I believe the Red Raider Marching Band just played the riff from Hot to Go, which I don't know that I've ever heard them play at historic Crocker Field. They're busting out new material.
A pleasure to have them here today. First and 10, it's McDonald who will take the carry, trying to get to the left side. Lasker first to arrive. Cano will come in as reinforcements and take him down.
Very short gain on the play.
Falcon defense seems to be a little more aggressive on these last couple of possessions by NEC. Almost as if they were kind of feeling the Pilgrims out. And now that they've seen what they're capable of, Fitchburg State said, okay, we can not only contain these guys, we might be able to swarm them a little bit. Let's go out there and get some pressure.
It is a loss of a yard. Makes it second down and 11. Move the tight end from side to side. Sean Taylor to the left at the 40, and he runs out of bounds just around the line to gain.
Taylor, the ball carrier. Gain of 11 on the play. Good for first down yardage for the Pilgrims.
You mentioned Taylor had that big 65-yard touchdown run earlier in the season in the first game of the year for NEC. Definitely does look to be the most explosive ball carrier the Pilgrims have.
During the sub-varsity season, Taylor was actually the quarterback for the Pilgrims, at least at the beginning of the season, when they got that win over Plymouth State in that sub-varsity campaign. Throw to the right side is caught by Auger. He's into Falcon territory at about a yard past midfield before he's shoved out of bounds.
Austin Lassiter among others there for Fitchburg State. NEC will have it in Falcon territory for, I believe, the first time today.
Feels about right.
Second and 3.
From our position here in the press box on the near side, we've been doing a lot of looking to our left, which is generally better for Dan than it is for me because I've got a post from about the 10 to the 40.
Gutsdorfer throws to the right side. It'll be caught. Running upfield and getting tackled around the 40-yard line. That was Isaiah Turner, his second catch of the season.
Well-designed little bubble screen there to Turner. You get 3 receivers lined up on the near side. 2 of them step forward and act as blockers. Turner comes back behind his other 2. Makes the catch. He's got men in front of him. He's finally taken down from behind, but not before he gets another first down.
37 yards of offense for NEC today. Falcons on 112 for comparison. And Taylor trips up in the backfield. I think he might have gotten his feet tangled with Gutsdorfer's.
Gutsdorfer did such a good job selling this as a play fake that I thought he actually had the ball. But it looked like Taylor just tripped over his own feet. Maybe a little bit of a slip as he was trying to plant and change direction.
It'll be a loss of a yard, second and 11. 1:05 to go in the first quarter. 2-score lead for the Falcons. Gutsdorfer throws left side. It was for Lagos. Lagos was wide open, but I'm not sure he was fully cognizant that the ball was coming his way.
Falcons are very fortunate that there was that miscommunication between Gutsdorfer and Lago. They had trouble on their own on the defensive side of the ball. 2 defenders each thinking that the other would pick up Lago. Neither of them did. If that pass had been on target and if Lago had made the catch, he probably comes out of that with a touchdown.
Would have been a great reception for big yardage for the Pilgrims, but instead it's now 3rd and 11. Pilgrims 41 yards from goal, but whistles will kill the play here.
Right down.
Delay of game. offense number 12. 5-yard penalty, third down.
Pilgrims unable to get the play off.
Goodstorfer took a little too long there. Now 46 yards from goal. Pilgrims need to get to the 30-yard line for a fresh set of downs. 3rd and 16. It's going backwards pass, Taylor. Still eligible to throw, but will just run with it instead. Gets a yard.
Did look for a second like Taylor turned his eyes downfield. I think that was a designed swing pass that happened to be backward more than anything else. You can see here on the replay, clearly a backward pass. So if Taylor had dropped that ball, it would have been live. But really not exactly designed to go for it all there. Now 4th and 15 at the Fitchburg 46-yard line. You'd think this would be a punt, but the Pilgrims are at least lining up with their offense out there.
An incomplete pass would give the Falcons their worst field position of the day.
They do have to snap the ball, and they will.
Goodstorfer throws over the middle, and it will be incomplete. Dontrell White was a step behind that ball.
That is the end of the
first quarter. It will be a
quarter.
turnover on downs as the first quarter expires.
Fitchburg State's defense able to turn away the offense of the Pilgrims. Goodstorfer had time to throw. The pass was a little bit high, sailed over his intended target, Dontrell White. Ball's incomplete, and that brings us to the end of the first quarter here from Elliott Field. Folks, as we see the Fitchburg High School band in attendance here, we want to let you know that if you should happen to know anyone in the area, obviously folks in Fitchburg, we encourage you to come here down to Elliott Field for the remainder of this game. But if you happen to know anyone in the New Hampshire area, or frankly anywhere, who might be interested in watching this game here on FATV, you can watch FATV's programming in high definition on your phone via the Apple App Store or the Google Play Store. We're also available on your Fire TV, Roku, and Apple TV devices. And online, you can go to fatv.org/watch-FATV. That's fatv.org/watch-FATV to find out how you can watch FATV. How about that? Just about ready for the beginning of the second quarter here. KB goes in motion for the Falcons. Rocky Marchitelli takes the shotgun snap under pressure. Rolls to his right. He's going to keep it himself across the 45, and he's banged out of bounds right at midfield. A flag comes down after the play. Now there's pushing and shoving. There's a Pilgrim defender on the sideline, Jamin Jones, with his hands up as if to say he didn't do anything. I thought the hit on Marchitelli came pretty much as he was stepping out of bounds, but a flag followed it pretty quickly. So we'll see what the officiating squad has to say about this.
Yeah, the timing was pretty close there on that. And obviously, exception gets taken when you have a quarterback being hit as he's going to the boundary. Looked like he was diving forward too, and that makes him a little more vulnerable. They really don't want to be hitting that spot.
See the officials discussing it among themselves, trying to figure out just how far Marchitelli was out of bounds when he got hit. We'll take another look at it. So as Marchitelli's going to the sideline here, it's totally fine to hit him. He's maybe a step out of bounds. I've got to think that's a clean hit. Obviously, in the moment, you make the decision that you do. And the Falcons sideline, they're clearly going to want to protect their quarterback. But you know, to my eyes, with the benefit of replay, Jamin Jones has done nothing wrong. He may wind up losing 15 yards out of it.
The only thing I can say is that the umpire is the one with the ball. Well,
Personal foul, defense number 22. After the play, personal foul, offense number 4. The yardage cancels, second down.
So they will call the personal foul on Jones, presumably for the late hit. They're also going to assess one against Emilio Cabe. so that'll cancel out the yardage. So this is after the play. Marchitelli's been shoved to the ground. The flag comes in initially on Jones. Now the entire Fitchburg sideline is not very happy. Someone comes in from behind, and presumably that was KB, kind of pushes the pile. Back to live action. It's a completed pass to KB over the middle. Emilio KB to the 10-5. He is in. Touchdown, Falcons. A flag comes in after the play as KB celebrates his touchdown. He was just called for a personal foul on the play before. But Emilio KB took offense to the hit against his quarterback, found a productive way to vent his anger, taking that catch and taking off to the end zone.
Result of the play is a touchdown. After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct. Offense, number 4, 15-yard penalty on the kickoff.
Unsportsmanlike conduct against Emilio KB. They'll assess that penalty on the kickoff. It's the 3rd touchdown of the day for Fitchburg State. Jonah Costa will attempt the extra point. Good snap, good hold. Kick is up and through. 23 seconds into the second quarter. Fitchburg State leads 21-0. Just a tremendous pitch and catch over the middle. KB, the fastest man on the field. You see right there, he steps over the defender, looks down at him. Clearly a deliberate act, and one that was ruled a little bit too rude, I think we could say.
Just a little.
You can be a little rude. Listen, it's football, right? You can be a little rude. But the important word is little. You can be a little rude. That was just rude. You can't be that level of rude. Very good crowd in attendance here at Elliott Field. Plenty of Falcon fans, along, of course, with the Fitchburg High Marching Band. There are some folks who made the trip down in support of the Pilgrims. Suppose that makes sense. They are the Pilgrims. That's kind of their thing, trips. Fitchburg State backed all the way up to their own 20-yard line, where Hunter Sands will boot this one away. It's a high end-over-end kick, taken in at about the 22-yard line. Bouncing through the line out to the 45 before being brought down. Good return there for the Pilgrims. Jackson Borkish sets his team up with good field position. We'll see NEC's offense come back out. Borkish does a good job here just reading his blocks, finding the hole. They spot him. Actually moved the ball up to midfield. I'm not entirely sure why. Borkish was tackled at the 46. Dan, did I miss something?
Maybe.
Okay.
I don't know. I didn't get a good look at the run back, so.
1st and 10 Pilgrims right at midfield. Fumble on the handoff. Quarterback will try to make something happen. But Kudstorfer is taken down in the backfield. Looked like they wanted to hand it off up the middle and just couldn't get the exchange right. Easy McKnight eventually makes the tackle. Take a look at it again. Just a little bit too aggressive was Aiden McDonald. Or maybe Kudstorfer didn't get the handoff to him in time. Then it's just a fire drill for the Pilgrims. Go ahead, Dan.
Also, I think that might be the first time we've seen them with 2 in the backfield. Because normally it's just been Kudstorfer and 1 running back. Perhaps for that reason, for this next one, it's just Taylor in the backfield instead.
Taylor a couple of yards behind Kudstorfer. He'll throw over the middle. Pass is incomplete. Looked like he was looking for Dontrell White. Falls incomplete, and it will be 3rd down for the John Wayne impressions. I think Kutztorfer took a hit after he let go of this pass. Take a look at it again. Oh, yeah. That is a big whack that he got right there. I believe that's Antonio Pacheco, the linebacker from Nashua. Delivered the hit just as Kutztorfer was releasing the pass. 3rd and 12 for the Pilgrims. They need to get to Fitchburg's 40 to move the chains. Kutztorfer under pressure, throws long to the near side, too long and incomplete. He was looking for Dontrell White. The closest player to it was Jan Vals. Problem for the Pilgrims, Jan Vals plays for Fitchburg.
That was off by so much it had to have been miscommunication, because that ball was about 10 yards beyond White's reach.
And you see Kutztorfer on the sideline is visibly frustrated. It's been a frustrating kind of game thus far for NEC. A quarter, a minute and a half, and they're down by 3 scores. Not looking terribly likely to get back into this one. They'll boot it away again here on 4th down. Taken in at the 25-yard line. McKnight wanted to reverse field, thought better of it. Now gets to the 40, and he'll be dragged down there. Good coverage downfield by Matt Perro. Solid return for Easy McKnight sets Fitchburg State up with good field position once again.
You can see the officials also want to get in with a quick whistle there. They saw tensions boil over, a few minutes ago. And with the tackle being made so close to the Falcon sideline, they really want to try to cool the tempers a little bit, make sure that nip anything in the bud before things start.
It's the kind of tackle, it's certainly a clean tackle, but it is the kind of one that maybe could have gotten some folks riled up. So good job by Perro, make the tackle, get off the field. My job is done here, I'll be leaving now. Here comes Rocky Marchitelli in the Fitchburg offense. First down pass is complete. Across the 45 to the 48-yard line is P.J. Norton. I believe that's his first catch for the junior receiver from Marblehead.
I believe the only time Norton had a target last week, as there's a Pilgrim who's slow to get up. I was going to say the only time Norton was targeted last week was on the Falcons' first touchdown pass, or first touchdown in the contest, where it was a swing pass out to him. It was a backwards pass that Norton had trouble gathering. The ball bouncing forward and then into the hands of Sahir Gomez. And when everybody believed that the play, when everyone believed that the play was over, Gomez ran it into the end zone. There might have been a high-pitched sound that sounded like a whistle that may have also caused UMass Dartmouth to think the play had stopped, but none of the officials said that it was there, so.
One of those plays where you just pick the ball up and see if anyone stops you as you gently meander your way toward the end zone. Can't really see who the injured Pilgrim is as he gets up now. We can tell that it's Alex Allen, freshman linebacker from Albany. Good to see him able to walk off under his own power. Take another look here. He's coming in from the top, delivers a blow with his right shoulder, then actually runs into his teammate, Logan Paradise, as well.
Yeah, I think, as his head hits the shoulder pad there, that may have caused a knock in him that does what those kind of things do.
We'll keep an eye on him, hope that he is all right. 1st and 10, Falcons at their own 48. Marchitelli hands off to the left. Rashawn Stewart, the ball carrier, gets across midfield, not much further than that. Driven backward, they'll give him forward progress to the 50, maybe the 49 of NEC. Gain of 3 for Stewart. It'll be 2nd down and 7 for Fitchburg State.
Riker and Yenger combined for that Pilgrim tackle. 2nd and 7.
Decent run out to the left side, just try to get out to the flat and try to find some space, but NEC was able to match Stewart stride for stride, held him to just the 3 yards.
Second down 7, Marchitelli from the shotgun. And it's probably going to be second and 12 in a minute here.
False start. Offense number 72. 5-yard penalty. Second down.
Xavier Aguilar is the guilty party. That'll bring Fitchburg back into their own territory. Second down and 12 for them now at their own 46. 12 minutes to go, second quarter. Fitchburg leads 21-0. I keep stepping on Dan Bolak, and I'm John Google.
Second and 12.
No, the Falcons have had a couple of injuries on the offensive line. Christian Cifuentes, who started the season on the defensive side of the ball, had to switch his number last week from 90 down to 70 to shore up the depth there.
Marchitelli looked to pass, decides to keep it himself, gets back into Pilgrim territory and is driven out of bounds.
There is a flag
Gain
down.
of about 5 for him. There is another flag down.
I believe it came from Mr. Harrington as well, so not
Holding.
a great sign.
Offense number 51. 10-yard penalty. Second down.
Jamie LaValle, the senior from Wallingford, guilty of the hold. Fitchburg State's offense is moving in the wrong direction. See if we can spot the hold here. Right up at the top of your screen, you've got LaValle with his sleeve extended unnaturally, but he's also got his hands wrapped around the jersey of a defender. So they'll back him up another 10 yards. Second and, roughly 22. Marchitelli scrambling around, looking to his right. Doesn't see anything there. Got to get rid of the ball. Rocky Marchitelli will step out of bounds way deep in the backfield. I think they're going to spot him at the Fitchburg 27-yard line.
Eric Menger will be
So
credited
that
with
would be
sack for the Pilgrims.
3rd and 31.
Third and long.
It's a lot.
I think we're going to say 3rd and 31 coming up for Fitchburg. Could be 3rd and Ashby.
Ashby seems way too generous.
Okay.
I think we've got to go
3rd and Belchertown?
Yeah, if we want to go that direction.
I'm just naming towns that I'm going to drive through on my way home. Marchitelli under pressure, rolling to his left, wants to set and throw deep. He'll take it off himself, however. Gets across the 37 to about the 38-yard line. Decent gain for the Falcon quarterback. But seeing as it was 3rd and Wilbraham, he does not get the first down.
On that third down play, on the second down play, where he was, it felt like he had to throw the ball. He really should have tried to throw the ball, but I imagine he just couldn't find any receiver downfield or anyone where he could even get it to the line of scrimmage and conceivably throw the ball. That time it was a little more of the same. Obviously the Pilgrims knew it was going to be a pass no matter what with the yardage situation. At that time, Marchitelli just took what he could get.
Hunter Sands on to kick it away. Gets the punt off. It's a high end-over-end kick. Bounces at the 29-yard line, rather. Takes a bit of a Falcon roll before going out of bounds. The Pilgrim offense will come back out on the field. Still trailing 21-0 now with 9:33 to go here in the first half.
Take a moment for an out-of-town scoreboard. Every other team in the conference is in action today. The one other non-league game is Worcester and Western New England, in which Western New England leads 17-7. Plymouth leads Bridgewater 21-7. Framingham up 7-0 halfway through the second quarter. Westfield's up 20-0 on Dean. And then at 1 o'clock, Mass Maritime and Anna Maria will do battle.
Goodstorfer takes the shotgun snap. Handoff goes up the middle. Plunging through the line for a gain of a few is McDonald. Real quick, Dan, to your point about the MASCAC, I noticed looking at the conference standings through just 2 weeks of play, there's only one undefeated team in the conference.
And that would be Plymouth State. The conference has done very poorly out of conference, with only Fitchburg State and Plymouth State winning their non-league games. And Plymouth State's non-league win was against this New England College side.
Second down and 7. Goodstorfer rolls to his left, throws to his left. Pass is incomplete, very nearly intercepted on the near sideline. Jan Valls got a great look at it and jumped the route. Wasn't able to make the catch, but he still celebrates a pass deflected.
Val's had an interception last week. He's been buzzing around as a safety today. He was in good spirits when I walked in this morning.
See him there coming in from that safety position. Cutting in front of Conrado Lago. Able to knock that pass down, force 3rd and 7. Goodstorfer under pressure, throws to his right, pass is complete, but the ball's on the ground, and it is fallen on by Fitchburg. It's a catch and a fumble leading to a turnover. Cameron Topkin is Cammy on the spot.
Donald made the catch, took a step, and then the ball just seemed to fall out of his hands. Just a bit of miscoordination across his body. Makes the catch, makes the move, and he just, actually, excuse me, it was not that number 5, not McDonald, but it was Isaiah Turner. Regardless, that's not what the Pilgrims or Turner had in mind.
Fitchburg State gifted very good field position once again, 1st and 10 for them. The 27-yard line. Marchitelli under pressure, steps up, still looking downfield, wants to throw. He's got nobody in front of him. Finally, he'll take off and run with it. He's got good yardage. Rocky Marchitelli, Dan, seems very hesitant in a way that's uncharacteristic from the way I've seen him play previously for Fitchburg State. Very reticent to take off and run with the ball. He finally does here and gets a 1st down.
It was like, basically he was saying, I want to pass, I want to pass, I want to pass. He really wanted to throw the ball, and NEC said, we really want to defend all your guys downfield, but we'll give you these 15 yards.
Yeah, if you want to take these 15 yards in front of you, Rock, you can have them. Marchitelli finally obliged, gets the 1st down. 1st down handoff for the Falcons. Goes to Abu Hussein. Gets to about the 10-yard line.
Gain of about 3 on the play.
Gain of 3. It'll be 2nd and 7 for Fitchburg. They actually spotted him at the 11.
Jones and Manger combined for that hit for the Pilgrims.
It's been a lot of Hussein and a lot of Rashawn Stewart doing the ball carrying for Fitchburg. Very little Fatoki, no Oquendo to this point. 2nd down and 7. Marchitelli all day to throw. Rolling to his left, now under a little bit of heat. Come back the other way. Trying to find someone downfield. No one's there. Sets, throws for the end zone. Pass is incomplete. Very nearly intercepted. Pounding the turf in frustration is Galvin Philbrook. There are 2 flags, however, back down in the backfield. You got a quarterback running around back and forth in the backfield like that, Dan. It's very difficult for the offensive line to not commit a holding penalty. Don't know for sure that that's what it is, but it would make sense.
Result of the play is an incomplete pass. After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, offense number 75. Unsportsmanlike conduct, defense number 44. 3rd down.
So Kevin Vieira of the Falcons and Logan Paradise of the Pilgrims, both charged with unsportsmanlike conduct.
3rd and 7 from the Pilgrims 12.
So the unfriendliness continues, shall we say.
NEC's done well with the line play to really limit the Falcons running up the middle. However, when they want to pass, they're really good at committing to shutting down all the pass defenders.
3rd and 7, Marchitelli throws to the right, pass is caught. Just shy of the goal line is Sahir Gomez.
Isaiah Turner. 1st down yardage on the play, sets up Fitchburg State 1st and goal.
Gomez makes that catch there, and that time just going with the quick pass there, and Gomez able to get himself open.
Gomez went up and got it. Now on 1st and goal, Hussein will try the middle. He lunges forward, and he is in. Touchdown, Falcons. Abu Hussein with his 1st touchdown run of the season. And we will hear from Mr. Touchdown. Jonah Costa's extra point is up and good. A little bit more than halfway through the second quarter here at Elliott Field. Fitchburg State leads NEC 28-0.
And that kind of day for Abu Hussein. It's his first career touchdown. The junior from Wallington, New Jersey, finds his way in to finish that drive. You know, for Hussein, he actually first came to Fitchburg State a couple of years ago, and there was some stuff that happened that, in terms of getting into the university, there were some logistics issues that came up that made it so he was not able to play football a couple of years ago. Nothing that was his fault, but ultimately he moved on to another university, ended up at Memphis for a little bit, and then, you know, got another opportunity to come back to Fitchburg State. And so he's back here, playing for the Falcons, helping with the running back depth.
That phrase, Dan, got another opportunity. You see that as a through line throughout pretty much this entire Falcons roster. So many transfers, so many guys who had played at other schools, maybe stepped away from football and come back. It's definitely an intentional recruitment strategy for Izzy Abraham and the Falcon coaching staff. As Hunter Sands boots this one through the end zone for a touchback. I remember guys with a chip on their shoulder was kind of what they were looking for in recruiting. And you can see that in the way the Falcons have played these first few games of the season.
Looking for those, looking for those second chances, looking to maybe give football another try. This team has done very well putting things together. Ball goes to the 25-yard line after the touchback, and 1st and 10 for the Pilgrims.
Handoff goes to the right side. Good gain this time across the 30 to about the 30-yard line for Aiden McDonald. Dan, obviously, it hasn't been perfect these first 3 games of the season for Fitchburg. Penalties still an issue. They did suffer defeat against UMass Dartmouth. But for a team that was in the position that Fitchburg State was in, they've played these first, 2.5 games about as well as you could have asked.
There really isn't a whole lot more you could really ask for without sounding greedy.
Second down, McDonald will try the right side again. He's got a first down and more. Step out of bounds about the 45-yard line. Actually, that was Ishawn Taylor, the ball carrier. My apologies. You know, it used to be that I was known for making wrestling references. I think we can just say, put Googs misidentifies the ball carrier on your FATV bingo card.
Happens to everybody. I misidentified the fumbler earlier.
That's fair. 1st and 10 Pilgrims at their own 42. Falcons show a bit of pressure, and the pass is picked off on the near side. I believe it's Andrew Novak who made the pick.
That pass was intercepted.
Kudstorfer had a bit of extra pressure coming up the middle, had to get rid of the ball quickly. Novak jumped in front of it, made the interception. It's the second turnover of the day, forced by the Fitchburg defense. I think that ball might have taken a deflection as well.
Clearly didn't go where it wanted to, and for Novak, he'll happily claim it.
Just on that replay angle, I thought I saw a defender get his hand up and barely tip it. We'll see if that turns out to have been the case. We get whistles and a flag before the snap.
False start. Offense number 19. 5-yard penalty. First down.
We haven't called Brandon Cohen's name yet. Well, he's guilty of a false start now. Let's take another look at this interception. Maybe right before it crossed the line of scrimmage, it might have taken a deflection. May just have been an inaccurately thrown ball by Kudstorfer. Either way, it winds up in the arms of Andrew Novak, and it's another gift for the Falcons. Marchitelli on first down, pass to the near side. Is brought in by Zahir Gomez. Rocky Marchitelli's favorite target makes another catch for a Fitchburg first down. We'll take a look at it again.
Gomez, the veteran receiver from Whittier, California. Able to get to that ball, make that catch. Another first down for the Falcons.
1st and 10, Marchitelli under pressure, rolls right, throws right, pass is incomplete, swatted out of the arms of Emilio Caby by Leighton Brault. Dan, I know there's still 2 quarters and change to go in this one. I've been very impressed with the way Rocky Marchitelli is throwing the ball today. It's one of his better days through the air. I don't know about statistically, but just the way he looks, the way he's able to step up and deliver the ball. He's having a very good day.
He's done pretty well at that. He is 9 for 15 for 191 yards and 2 scores today.
You'll take that. Plenty of time to throw here on 2nd down. He'll take off and run with it. Makes a man miss, cuts upfield, tries to reverse field, and he's knocked down at the 15-yard line. That time Marchitelli a little bit more aggressive and decisive as he decides to take off and run with it. He picks up a first down. There's a Falcon offensive lineman down, back near the line of scrimmage.
It's William Aghetto.
Aghetto, the junior from Boston, former Boston English Eagle.
Going to say, going back to Marchitelli in the running game, it does seem like he can get those quick passes off, but the way NEC's been playing defense lately, they've been covering so many receivers, it's making it very difficult for Marchitelli to throw if he takes more than a couple of seconds in the pocket. But it also means the way they're setting things up is if they do that, they're also giving Marchitelli 10 free yards to run if he wants it. And if Marchitelli can quickly recognize that he's got all that open space in front of him to run, it's like give up on the pass, just take the 10-15 yards and let's go on to the next one.
Yeah, if they're playing with those 2 deep safeties and all the receivers covered, that's going to open space up in the middle of the field. And then, naturally, as Marchitelli continues taking advantage of that, perhaps NEC will play shallower zones or even commit a spy just to watching Marchitelli, which in turn should let receivers get open more freely. It's the advantage of having a quarterback like Marchitelli who's capable of running with the ball and delivering it on target through the air.
Aghetto comes off the field putting no weight on his right foot.
Take another look here. See, he's on the right side and he just crumples and falls down with his own weight on top of that right leg. Was grabbing at his right knee.
Aghetto, one of the biggest players on the Falcons, 6'2", 330 pounds.
Marchitelli throws on first down. Near side catch is made. Darian Kimball with the grab.
With that catch, gain of about 6 on the play.
Gains about 6.
2nd and 4.
Take another look. Marchitelli just slings it out there. Catch was made at about the 10-yard line. Oreo Fatoki is back to the left of Marchitelli. Rocky will throw. 2nd down pass is caught. Touchdown, Zahir Gomez. It's another score for him, the 5th of the first half for the Falcons. 3:16 to play 2nd quarter. It is 34-0.
The quick passes have been there. If they're able to throw quickly enough before the defense can really commit to it, then just get a quick score. And in that particular case, Gomez has another touchdown to his credit on the campaign.
Jonah Costa on to attempt his 5th extra point of this first half. Snaps a bit high, but Marchitelli gets it down. Costa boots it through. So 35-0 is the scoreline. Dan, I mentioned this a couple of weeks ago when the Falcons hosted Dean. We're fairly used over the years we've been doing this. We've grown accustomed to A team comes into Elliott Field, supposed to be a blowout. You talk yourself into, well, maybe it'll be a close game. And then you look up at halftime and it's 35-0. I'm still not quite used to it being the Falcons leading 35-0. It feels better.
It does. We've been on the wrong side of a lot of these.
And listen, not every game, presumably, listen, if they're all like this season, great. Falcons are going to win the MASCAC. It'll be swell. Not every game and not every home game here at Elliott Field is going to be like this. Fitchburg State does have more difficult opponents to come. 2 weeks from today, they'll be hosting Framingham State. I would say it's unlikely that they'll put 35 points in the first half against Framingham State. Not impossible, but unlikely. Kick bounces at the 10 and just rolls straight through the end zone. Looked like Spencer Bryan wasn't quite sure if he wanted to catch it on the fly or let it bounce. He decided to just let it go entirely, so it's another touchback for Hunter, the kickoff specialist. He has had to punt today, but he's mostly been a kickoff specialist.
Speaking of Framingham, they're currently at 14-7 on UMass Dartmouth. I think it's quite clear the Corsairs have taken more steps back than everybody was expecting. After losing a very large senior class last year, the defending MASCAC champions, I think, are in a spot of trouble.
And that, with the way the rest of the conference was looking, the MASCAC is kind of wide open right now.
Pretty much.
1st and 10 for the Pilgrims. Kudstorfer's pass falls incomplete to the right side. He was looking for Gavin Auger. A decision that boded well when they made it in the huddle, but it turned out not to actually augur good for the Pilgrims.
Just a quick throw to the right, and Auger wasn't quite there. Kudstorfer just 5 for 14 for 26 yards in this contest, and he's been picked off as well.
Pilgrims still in the shotgun. Kudstorfer going a bit longer on 2nd down. Jump ball. I think the Falcons have another pick, and yes, they do. Easy McKnight makes the interception.
3rd turnover forced by the Falcons today. Now they're 11th on the season, and Easy McKnight was able to read that quite well. Used to be an offensive playmaker for the Falcons, which means he's got the ability to catch balls too.
Kudstorfer wasn't under a ton of pressure, but he still threw that ball going backward, kind of didn't have the opportunity to set his feet. Pass might have sailed a bit more than he anticipated. Easy McKnight was able to jump up, make the pick. Another turnover forced by Fitchburg, another possession for them that begins in NEC territory. Marchitelli steps up, avoids the pressure. He'll take off and run. Gets across the 40, dives forward at the 39. Close to the line to gain. He's going to get an ungenerous spot. They'll say that he's down at the 40. So it'll be 2nd down and about 4 feet. Yard and a half, yard and change.
Just scrambling under a bit of pressure, wanted to throw, didn't have the opportunity. It was a combination, line breached and defense was good downfield. So he runs for it, gets the 8 yards on the dive.
2nd down, hand off to Stewart. He's got the 1st down and more. Rashawn Stewart's to the 25. Brought down from behind at the 21-yard line. Another good gain for him and another Fitchburg 1st down. Sean Stewart, the junior from San Antonio, former John Jay Mustang, gallops for a 1st down.
Looked like the belt hanging off of him was basically the only thing they were able to wrap him up with. You could see him.
It does look like flag football there for a second. He was basically just grabbing him down, pulling him down by the belt. You see Stewart getting that loop attended to as we reach the 2-minute timeout. That's pretty much the only thing that can stop Fitchburg State right now.
Gabriel Madison there, able to get a grip on that. The Falcons playing tremendously well today, and next week's opponent is nobody. They're going to have their bye. It's interesting because we've talked about this a little bit. The way they structure the conference, October 11th is sort of the conference's designated bye week, but because Fitchburg and Dean played that week 1 game as a conference game because it had been scheduled back when they were not conference mates, it meant that to shuffle the schedules around to make things work, the Falcons are taking next week off. Worcester State, who they'll play on the 11th when everybody else is off, took the opening week off.
Given the circumstances, I'd rather be in Fitchburg's position than to have week 1 off, but both of those teams fairly early off weeks. It'll be 8 consecutive games. Actually, no, 7 consecutive games, I can count, for Fitchburg after they come back from the bye. 1st and 10 for them here at the Pilgrims 21. Marchitelli keeps it himself. Design quarterback run, gets down close to the 10-yard line.
Marchitelli, the ball carrier.
That'll be another 1st down for Fitchburg.
I haven't really seen that where it's decided from the very beginning that Marchitelli's going to run with it.
It's the first time today I think it's been a designed quarterback run. There have been a few where Marchitelli made the decision very quickly to pull it down and take off. But that time it was QB run all the way. It was a successful play for Fitchburg State.
Falcons 1st and goal from the 9.
Marchitelli's getting good downfield blocking. Brought down at the 10, 1st and goal for the Falcons. And we get whistles and flags.
Flag down.
False start. Offense number 80. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
Nico Caputi is the guilty party this time. Do the Falcons get a prize if every member of their offense commits a false start within the same game?
It's been a number of different players.
1st and goal from the 15.
That'll back the Falcons up. 1st and goal at the 15-yard line. Not the furthest goal to go you can have. Still not great. Play action, Marchitelli under pressure. Rolls right, throws right. Diving catch is made. Was he in? Yes! Touchdown Falcons! P.J. Norton
15-yard touchdown reception.
rips off the shirt, shows his Superman sign.
Marchitelli to Peter Norton.
The 6th score of the half for Fitchburg State.
See Stewart on the play action. He really had to work very hard to block his defender there, and Gavin Philbrook. That bought enough time to get that throw off to Norton right at the pylon. It's the 3rd passing touchdown of the day for Rocky Marchitelli.
Right at the pylon, right in front of the side judge. He was right there to make the call. Ruled, in my opinion, correctly, that Norton held on to the pass.
That kick is no
Extra
good.
point is no good, bounces off the upright. There's not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 penalty flags after the play. I think there was some pushing and shoving between a Falcon and a Pilgrim, given that the Falcon was pinning the Pilgrim to the ground while that pushing and shoving occurred. This one's probably against Fitchburg, but we'll see.
Speaking of 4, it was the 4th passing touchdown for Marchitelli. I looked before the live stats actually updated.
I
Marchitelli
said
now.
the 6th score for Fitchburg.
Yeah, Marchitelli, it was my mistake there, but Marchitelli was 12 for 18 now, 221 yards and 4 scores through the air.
Again, you take those.
The result of the play is an unsuccessful 1 point. After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct. Defense number 8. Unsportsmanlike. Offense number 8.
Ethan Sineska is the guilty party for the Pilgrims.
Check.
We couldn't hear who it was for Fitchburg State. It will be offsetting penalties because of unsportsmanlike conduct committed by both teams.
Mr. Harrington's mic has had to do so much work today that it's already gotten kind of tired.
You see Kevin Kelly there, the head coach of the Pilgrims, getting clarification.
It's not too often that you see at the Division III level, a coach with Division I experience, but Kevin Kelly was for 8 seasons the head coach of Georgetown's football team in the FCS.
And a reminder that the upper level concourse concession stand is open.
Had an 8-win season with the Hoyas.
University baseball team today with each purchase. Wide variety of snacks and a meal deal. And the End Zone Club.
But one of the reasons why he was willing to take this job at New England College is he wanted to try the challenge of building a team from scratch.
Not an opportunity you get every day. You get to mold a program pretty much how you want from the ground up. Part of the work of that is laying the foundation. That's what Kevin Kelly and the rest of the Pilgrim coaching staff is doing now. Kickoff taken out of the end zone. Out to about the 25-yard line.
Kickoff return.
Decent return by Borkish. NEC does have all 3 of their timeouts, but there's 54 seconds left. I kind of suspect they're going to hand the ball off up the middle a couple of times and just go to halftime. But we'll see.
I imagine the Falcons will probably not use their timeouts to try to bully their way into a 7th score.
I think that would be me. I don't know Izzy Abraham personally. We're friendly. We're on speaking terms. I think he might know my name, but I don't think he's mean, or at least not that level of mean. There's probably a certain level of mean that you have to have like within your soul just to be a football coach, but I don't think he's mean on the scale of football coaches. First down handoff straight up the middle. Gain of a couple. You see, Izzy Abraham's not that kind of mean. He's letting the clock run. Yeah. Cognizant of the situation.
Topkin and Brown combined for that Fitchburg State hit.
He's a good coach, both as a person and as a coach. He's very good.
There you go.
And all the definitions. I see Garrett Delakiai in the background there as well.
Delakiai, of course, very successful quarterback tenure here at Fitchburg State, now returning as the offensive coordinator. Second down handoff. Taylor will try to make something happen when he's driven out of bounds.
Taylor the ball carrier.
Clock hits triple zeros.
Gain of about 3 on the play.
And that will be the final play of the first half.
The end of the half.
41-0 is the score at halftime. Dan, I cannot remember the last time the Falcons played that one-sided a half in their favor.
It's been a long time. Probably, well, I think we talked about this a couple weeks ago. We had to go back a while to find...
We had to go back a way just to find the last time they had scored such and such many points, let alone in a half.
Yeah. I would say the Delakiai era, but I'm not even sure the Delakiai era had a 6-touchdown half.
Listen, buddy. They certainly didn't have one where the opposing team didn't score at all. It's been a very, very good first half for Fitchburg State. Obviously, again, very similar to 2 weeks ago against Dean. You'd like to see fewer penalties, and that's something I'm sure that Izzy Abraham will be stressing as his team heads to the locker room. But honestly, Dan, even more so than the game against Dean, this first half has just been a complete domination by the Falcons.
They've been holding the Pilgrims to just 59 yards of offense, 58 yards of offense, and just 4 first downs. Meanwhile, getting 315 yards of offense of their own and the 6 scores. Taking advantage of 3 turnovers and some short fields have definitely helped matters as well. But the Falcons, I said at the beginning of the game, we knew after 2 weeks this team can play. I think the scoreline will also further show you, if you don't believe that this team can play, that this team can play.
Yeah, this team can play. I think that's fair to say. Dan and I will take the halftime break with the players, but folks, don't go anywhere. We have some very special videos for you to watch during halftime, and Dan and I will be back with the third quarter of action sooner than you think. It's College Football Saturday here on FATV.
Wallace Civic Center at Fitchburg State University was buzzing as the Boston Bruins Fan Fest made its return to North Central Massachusetts. Fans young and old filled the rink, connecting with players past and present while celebrating a deep hockey tradition between the Bruins and Fitchburg State University.
It's nice to be able to get out to the suburbs a bit and see some of the people that don't have a chance to see us on a regular basis in the city. So hopefully they're happy to see us, just as happy as we are to see them.
Bruins players stressed that the team is more than just Boston and that the New England team's identity runs far beyond the city limits.
Yeah, I mean, this is New England's team. It's not just Boston's team. So to be out here a little ways away from Boston, seeing the support, how crowded it is here, it's super special for me. My first kind of taste of the fans here being on my side. So it's awesome.
The Fan Fest wasn't just about meeting the players. Fans also had the chance to test their skills on a mini rink, check out some of the team's trophies, and even take home authentic game-used gear. And for Bruins legend Rick Nifty Middleton, coming back to Fitchburg brought a wave of memories.
Well, I'll tell you a quick story. Next year, 2026, will be the 50th year that I've been coming here, because I got traded here from the Rangers in September 1976, and this is my first training camp. I had to drive here from Long Island, so I've been coming to this place for a long time.
Another Bruins alum, retired defenseman Andrew Alberts, says the event was all about the community.
I think the greatest thing here is you see how large the community is with all the kids coming out, the parents. You see all the Bruins jerseys and the support. So we're looking forward to get the LTP going for this year. And Fitchburg's always a great place because they got a ton of kids into it. And we're just keep developing that base and that grassroots and up. So we're excited about being here and seeing all the young kids getting geared up.
The celebration wasn't just about professional hockey. Fitchburg State's own men's hockey team, fresh off a championship season, took pride in hosting the Bruins at their home rink and seeing the sport grow in their city.
It's awesome. I mean, you can see how many people are out here. Just building the hockey culture out here in Fitchburg and the Fitchburg area is awesome. Get kids involved with it. They're giving out gear and stuff like that. I mean, there's no better way to grow the game.
Having this readily available to everybody and having kids see and be able to talk to people who have been through the ranks, and especially with the pro players coming, to be able to see them, see their idols and all that, I think it's huge to grow the game of hockey in this area.
As you can see around, there's a bunch of kids, and some of them are getting their skates for the first time, which is amazing. And just to offer such a place where you can do that, I think it's huge for the community.
The strong bond between the Bruins and Fitchburg State goes back decades, a relationship that continues to highlight the importance of hockey in the region.
There's a beautiful, rich history with the Bruins and Fitchburg State, and how wonderful to have Rick Middleton right here looking at our amazing championship hockey team. We love it.
From today's pros to local champions, the Fan Fest shined a spotlight on Fitchburg's deep connection to the game, and a tradition that keeps growing. Reporting from the Wallace Civic Center, I'm Joshua Cronin with North Central News.
Back here at Elliott Field on the campus of Fitchburg State University, I'm John Gugerty, joined by Dan Bullock. It is College Football Saturday here on FATV, and here at Elliott Field, Dan, Fitchburg State leads New England College by a score of 41-0.
It's been one of the more lopsided games in recent history for the Falcons, even more so when you consider the Falcons on the winning side this time. But this 2025 season, it's a very different Falcon team, and a very strong Falcon team that has shown over the last 2.5 games that they very much are here to play.
Absolutely. The Falcons have been trying to turn around their program over the past few years, and it's starting to bear fruit here in the first 3 games of the 2025 season. We'll take a look at some of the highlights of the first half of action. Of course, the game started with a tribute before the game to the late Robert Williams Jr. His family was on hand for the coin toss, as well as a pregame ceremony. Then the game began in earnest. Rocky Marchitelli hooking up with Emilio Cabe there for the Falcons' first touchdown. Their second of the game came thanks to the running of Oreo Fatoki. That's Fatoki's only carry of the contest. Was good for a touchdown there. Here's Emilio Cabe with his second touchdown catch of the game, a catch and run that came after Cabe had drawn a personal foul on the sideline, and then he followed it up with another one. Falcons scored another touchdown later in the second quarter. Abu Hussein got in. Then their defense stepped up and kept taking the ball away from the Pilgrims. First, it was Andrew Novak with the interception, setting up Marchitelli's third touchdown pass. That one to Sahir Gomez. New England College got the ball back, and Easy McKnight took it right back away from them, making the interception there, setting up Fitchburg for yet another score. This time Marchitelli was able to avoid some pressure, roll to his right, find P.J. Norton right at the front corner of the end zone. He maintained possession. He was in bounds, and that score made it 41-0. The only real anything even approaching a blemish for Fitchburg State was the missed extra point after the 6th touchdown. But 41-0, a very lopsided first half for Fitchburg State. And Dan, the statistics are just as one-sided.
For the Falcons, 35 plays run for 315 yards. For New England College, they've run 30 plays, they've earned 58 yards. One thing the Falcons definitely want to try to fix, coming into today, they were in the top 12 in terms of most penalties per game. They'd committed 23 in their first 2 contests. Today, they've already committed 8, and those are just the ones that were accepted.
There have been a number of times both teams have been testy with one another. I think that's fair to say. There have been 2 or 3, possibly some more instances of offsetting personal fouls against both teams. It could easily be double the penalty yardage that Fitchburg has already allowed. Just again, in terms of the ones that were enforced, they've been penalized 8 times for 60 yards. But when they've been getting out of their own way, Fitchburg State's offense has been humming along very well. Rocky Marchitelli having maybe his best day as a Falcon. 12 of 18 for 221 yards and 4 touchdowns through the air. He's also added 9 carries for 54 yards on the ground. Marchitelli has been, by a significant margin, the Falcons' best runner of the day.
Falcons have only gone to the ground, ever so often. Rashawn Stewart's had 3 carries for 27. Abu Hussein has 4 carries for a yard, but he does have that touchdown. And Oreo Fatoki got all of the yards that were available to him the one time he carried the ball. Now, I mentioned during the pregame, this is a non-conference game. This is the only non-conference game on the slate for the Falcons. And that means for this week, there's a little less pressure in terms of things, because you knew if things went south that it wasn't going to hurt them in the overall scheme of things. But this would also be an opportunity to experiment with different looks, different players, different personnel. We've not seen Anthony Aquendo at all today. We don't think he's active, and perhaps maybe just being held back and kept healthy. I know he came off the field hobbling at one point last week against UMass Dartmouth. And so the Falcons very well could be saving him for later this season. They don't play again for another 2 weeks. In a fortnight's time, they take on Framingham State, and the Falcons may just be saving him for that. So, and for Oreo Fatoki, just the one play is all he's needed to run. They've been going primarily with Rashawn Stewart and Abu Hussein, who, based on statistical carries, would be 3 and 4 on the depth chart.
Another thing we have not seen at all from the Falcons is Luke Thompson, grad student who serves as their backup and second weapon at quarterback. He has been completely absent from this one. I did just see Colby Catterton warming up on the sideline. I don't know if he's just staying loose or if it will be a quick pull for Rocky Marchitelli as we get into the second half of this one. But you got to think that Izzy Abraham's going to go pretty deep down the depth chart. Sorry about that, Dan.
I was going to say, in my opinion, I would think that love seeing Rocky play. I don't think we need to see him play anymore today. I think he's proven his point, and I think the Falcons have proven their point offensively. I think the second half's a great opportunity to get some more players into the contest that we don't get to see that often. Maybe get some more play from Devin LeBron. Maybe Colby Catterton will get his collegiate debut. I mean, definitely some options there. Just different opportunities, different personnel, and see, how well did the 2s do against NEC's 1s?
We will see New England College's offense get the ball first. Hunter Sands is ready to kick it away. And we are underway with the third quarter of action here from Elliott Field. Kickoff taken in at about the 11-yard line. Aiden Hughes with the return for the Pilgrims. Actually, excuse me, that's Spencer Bryan running it back. Gets out to about the 31-yard line, where the Pilgrim offense will take over. 1st and 10 for them. It was a very frustrating first half, obviously, for NEC. We saw Lucas Kutztorfer demonstrating that frustration on a couple of occasions. Kutztorfer, the sophomore from Bruckmühl, Germany. Go from the pistol here on 1st down. Low snap, but he gets the handoff away to Aiden McDonald. Donald breaks through a couple tackles. Gets out to the 39-yard line, gain of 8. It'll be 2nd down and 2 for the Pilgrims.
Pilgrims have had the trouble consistently moving the football. They've been going in fits and starts. Longest play they've had all day has gone for 10 yards.
That carry by McDonald picked up 8. He'll stay in, along with another back in the backfield. It is McDonald the carry on 2nd down. He's got a 1st down and more. Plunges forward across the 45 to the 48-yard line. And for the Pilgrims, Dan, it's all about building blocks. They're trying to build a program. They're trying to build a lot of things. And one thing they want to build in this game is just a little bit of offensive momentum. It's highly unlikely that they're going to score 41 unanswered points and tie this game up. But if they can get a couple touchdowns on the board, feel a little bit better. Has been a game and change since they were able to score. They were blanked last week against MIT. Obviously haven't scored it all here today. McDonald on 1st down is swarmed in the backfield. Was hit at the 45 and driven backward from there. They'll give him quote-unquote forward progress to the 45-yard line, so it's a loss of just 3. Call it 2nd down and 13.
Manny Cano was the first to arrive, and although he was able to break out of the tackle of Cano, that was enough time that the reinforcements in Ian Tomaszewski and Cameron Topkin were able to get there and finish the job.
2nd and 13. Pilgrims go from the shotgun. Running back to either side of Kutztorfer. Will throw to the left. Pass is complete. Dancing out of tackles, trying to make something happen, is Dontrell White. I don't think he did. They're going to call another loss. Officials stop the clock, maybe just to peel players off the pile. Now they will wind as we approach 3rd down.
White's been targeted a number of times today. That was his first reception, and he's now in the red for his efforts.
If you have Dontrell White in your D3 Fantasy Football League, it's not a good day for you. But if you're in a fantasy football league so deep that it has Dontrell White, get help. 3rd down and 14 coming up for the Pilgrims. Kutztorfer back to pass. Throws over the middle. That's incomplete. Coverage for the Falcons provided by Jan Valls. Kutztorfer was looking for Conrado Lago. The pass fell incomplete. Patriots do pick up a couple of 1st downs, but they will have to kick it away.
Those jerseys do give some vibes of the old Pat Patriot white jerseys, you know?
A little bit. Can see that. Those, very old 80s road uniforms the Patriots used to wear. Easy McKnight sets up at about his own 22-yard line. It's a fake punt, however, into Falcon territory, but shy of the line to gain was Ben Roy. There was a little bit of a hesitation. I think that was a designed fake all the way. Take another look. It is a high snap, and Roy looks like he's going to snap it, but I think that's a fake all the way. Just take off, run with it, try to catch the Falcons napping. Their defense is able to wrap Roy up, however.
Roy is a tight end by trade. who just also happens to be the team punter. We will see Devin LeBron in at quarterback.
So Izzy Abraham wastes no time in going to the second string signal caller. First down handoff for Fitchburg. Goes to Rashawn Stewart. He gets out to midfield. Devin LeBron in at quarterback for Fitchburg State.
For the NEC tackle, 2nd and 5.
Junior from Peabody. Has not thrown a pass yet this season for Fitchburg State. Second down handoff comes to the near side. Abu Hussein, the ball carrier, driven out of bounds after a gain of about 3.
Gain of 3.
Hussein will head to the sideline.
3rd and 2.
Nope, he'll come back out. Good job by Hussein, just extending that arm, able to gain a couple more yards. Makes it 3rd and 2 now for Fitchburg State. LeBron consults his play sheet. And Hussein gets the carry. Got the first down. Cut upfield, get a little bit more. Finally driven down at about the 38. That'll move the chains for Fitchburg State.
I think it's also a great opportunity for Abu Hussein to get used to taking snaps, running plays here. Just get to work things out and get used to how the offensive line operates.
I think we're going to see a lot of Rashawn Stewart and Abu Hussein here in the second half for Fitchburg State. Both of them in the backfield, flanking Devin LeBron. KB goes in motion. Fake to Hussein, handoff to Stewart. He's hit pretty much at the line of scrimmage, not much doing there for him. Damon Butts and Ethan Sineska in on the hit for NEC. See Sineska there grabbing at his left hip.
Roland Butts in on that tackle for the Pilgrims.
Sophomore is one of the captains
2nd and 10.
for these Pilgrims.
See, on that last play, the Falcons going to sort of that triple option look that they've gone to every now and again with Thompson. They ran last year with Matty Aguirre as the quarterback.
Hand off to Stewart. No, LeBron will keep it himself. That's across the 35.
Devin LeBron, the ball carrier. Gain of 5 on the play.
LeBron does have a couple of carries for the Falcons this season. His rushing total is 0. 1 forward and then 1 back for a yard. This time he gains a few.
Those carries came late in the Dean game. LeBron is a mobile quarterback who is comfortable running the football.
3rd and 5, there's a lot of motion at the snap. This is definitely not going to be a good play for the Falcons. LeBron just chucks it deep.
Pass ball's incomplete. There are flags down.
I think they're going to get illegal motion on, everybody. I'm a little surprised they didn't just blow the whistle for a false start, but
Maybe some discussion on whether or not NEC jumped over first.
There are 2 fouls on the play. Illegal shift, offense. Offside, defense. Fouls offset, replay 3rd down.
it's a little bit of both. NEC was offside, but the Falcons also had a whole bunch of motion going on. So right there, you've got the left defensive end who jumps offside. And that triggers the center to just snap the ball. The fact that there were 3 guys in motion means that it was illegal for the Falcons to do so. So we've wasted 45 seconds of our life, and we're right back where we started. I'm sorry, I just got distracted by a massive afro here at the front row. Back to the field, however. Handoff goes up the middle. I think that was Emilio Caby, the ball carrier, on the end around. Was indeed, he didn't get much.
Emilio Caby. Ball carrier, lost on the play of about 2.
Tried something a little different there. Going to the man in motion to add that extra option. Marchitelli is going to check back in here.
Well, it's 4th down. You don't really want to punt from your opponent's 38-yard line. You're certainly not going to try a 55-yard field goal. So I guess you might as well go for it. And if you're going to go for it, you're going to throw it, as Marchitelli does here to the near side. Pass is complete to KB. He's at the 30, dives forward. I think they're going to spot him a yard shy, and they will indicate that it is 1st down NEC. So if you're going to go for it, then you're going to throw it. And if you're going to throw it, then I guess you want your best quarterback in there. I don't know, man. If I'm Devin LeBron, I'm sitting on the bench and grumbling right now. Like, come on, man. It's 41-0. You can't let me throw the ball? It's 41-0. But, you know. That's just me. Completed pass shy of the line to gain, so the Falcons turn it over on downs. NEC will come back out. 1st and 10 for them at their own 30. Fumble on the exchange, and it's fallen on by Fitchburg State. The Falcon defense has forced a number of turnovers today. This time NEC just gifts one to them. Tommy Costa jumps on the loose ball.
Well, look, that can happen too. It's the first time that Fire Anderson had a touch of the ball, and he had trouble really getting control of the handoff.
He's got a turnover and a bruise for his trouble. Lost the handoff. Tyson Thornton plowed right through him. The Falcons fall on it. Here comes the offense once again.
Be LeBron on 1st down. Play action.
Under pressure, steps up. LeBron will take it himself across the 20 to the 15-10, still on his feet. And finally down at the 6-yard line is Devin LeBron, his best run of the season.
Wanted to take the moment to throw, but then he saw how NEC's defense operates and how they'll fully commit to the pass defense, in which case he'll just take those yards.
21 yards on the run for Devin LeBron. Sets up 1st and goal for Fitchburg from the NEC 6. Stewart to the left, Hussein to the right. It's a keeper for LeBron, dancing up the middle. Spins, leans, he's close. He's down at the 1. It's a gain of 5. It'll be 2nd and goal.
Gain of about 4 on the play.
LeBron looking very comfortable running the football. Graduate of Essex Tech. Let's see if he can finish the job here.
2 backs again. This time it's Hussein off the right tackle. He turns the corner, he plunges forward, he is in. Touchdown Abu Hussein, his 2nd of the game. 7th score of the game for Fitchburg State. Makes it 47-0 in favor of the Falcons. Jonah Costa on to attempt the extra point. Good snap, good hold. Kick is up, and it's good. So Costa makes good for having hit the upright last time. 48-0 in favor of Fitchburg State. Still with 6.5 minutes to play, or 6:20 here in the 3rd quarter.
And Costa now on the campaign, 16 for 17 on extra points.
So Dan, they just never go first running clock here.
And
what is that sign?
Well, that is
Big Diffrud. They tried. You can see the effort.
I would say spelling backwards is tough to begin with sometimes, but I think they just put the signs down lazily.
Yeah. See Stewart and Hussein consulting with one another, going over what they saw from the NEC defense on that last drive. Hunter Sands will kick it away. He puts his boot through this one with authority, sending the returner all the way back into his end zone. And he is driven down at the 16-yard line. Liam Collins with a big hit. Plenty to cheer for here for the Falcon fans.
It's been a very memorable day.
From their own 16.
The 17-yard line is all that run back will go. NEC continuously back deep into their own territory. We'll try again. They will bring Fire Anderson out to the right of Lucas Kutztorfer.
So Kutztorfer remains at quarterback. He gets the handoff successfully to Anderson this time. Cuts up field across the 20. Brought down after a gain of a few is the sophomore from Cranford, New Jersey, Fire Anderson.
Then you look at 0 on the roster, Ishawn Taylor. If you take out the last 2 letters of his name, of Ishawn, you get Ice.
That's true.
Yeah, Fire and Ice there is your top 2 players.
That's a heck of a running back tandem, honestly. Second and about 5. Anderson, the ball carrier again. This time he goes straight up the middle. Gets to about the 27-yard line, very close to the line to gain. I think they're going to say he's about a yard shy of it. They'll put the tail of the ball at the 26. They need to get the nose to the 27 for a fresh set.
Anderson go low to the ground. He's 5 feet 5 inches tall, 155 pounds. Had 9 rushes on the campaign coming into today.
3rd and 1. Anderson again. Gets just enough for the first down. Not much more than that, but it is enough to move the chains.
Seemed like he already had to put the brakes on just as soon as he got that ball. Then was able to get himself situated. Moved right forward, got himself the yard he needed. 1st and 10 for the Pilgrims. They are 72 yards from goal.
Fire Anderson remains in the backfield. Kutztorfer will throw, pass is batted at the line and falls incomplete.
Tommy Costa was the one who got there and got his hand up there, tried to dive to get that loose ball. Tried to force the 5th turnover of the day. Excuse me, it's Tyson Thornton who actually had the block. Then it was Costa who was diving for it.
Costa's already recovered a fumble. That's how NEC ended their last drive. Now 2nd down and 10 for the Pilgrims. 4:20 to play here, 3rd quarter. Falcons lead 48-zip. Handoff up the middle. Not much doing there. Gain of 4 maybe for Aiden McDonald. As they bring back their lead rusher, the junior from Salem, New Hampshire. Cameron Topkin, among others, with the hit for Fitchburg State. 3rd and, call it 6, let's say.
Topkins now got 12 tackles on the day. Just about everywhere on defense.
Kutztorfer wants to throw. Under pressure, rolling left. He will not get away. He is sacked. Driven down in the backfield by Cam Topkin. Big 3rd down play there for the senior captain, Cameron Topkin.
He's told me the last couple of years his goal every year is to finish the season with triple-digit tackles. Came in today with 18 tackles. That was his 13th right there. So I'll get him back on pace.
Pilgrims faked on their last punt attempt. That was in slightly better field position than this. We'll see what they want to do here. It is just a straight up punt. Punt that basically went straight up, but it is muffed by the Falcons and recovered by NEC. Kyrie Edgerton was not the intended return man. He was one of the gunners, I think, for the Falcons, just trying to get back there. He saw an opportunity to take in that punt and tried to take it, but it bounced off of his hands into the lap of the Pilgrims. Take another look.
You can see as he was trying to get himself in position, obviously, you don't expect the extremely high punt there. And Edgerton just sort of trying to make something happen. He saw an opportunity, wanted to take a chance on it, and didn't work out there. Obviously, you could see Coach Abraham talking with him as he's coming off there, reassuring him. It's one of those things, because it's 48-0, I think that's something you can try.
Pump fake is Kudstorfer. He wants to go downfield, and all he's found is a Falcon. Kudstorfer is intercepted yet again. Easy McKnight with his second pick of the game. So it works out for Fitchburg. They muff the punt, but Kudstorfer is kind enough to do an arm punt. And the Falcons do take over.
Well, Easy was back there on the initial punt, and, well, he wanted the ball, was never going to get the ball because it was never going to come to him. One play later, the ball comes to him, he picks it up. It's the 5th turnover of the day.
How about that? Devin LeBron leads the Falcon offense back out onto the field. Stewart and Hussein both to his left. This time Rashawn Stewart gets the carry on first down.
Rashawn Stewart, the ball
It's across the 30 to the 31-yard line. Brought down by Justin Draper.
Gain of 2.
Draper's from Windsor, Connecticut. He helped up Stewart after the play as well.
2nd down and 7 coming up for Fitchburg State. Motion to the far side. LeBron fakes, throws near side, pass is caught. Across the 35 to about the 39-yard line is Andrew Gendron. First catch for him today, first completed pass of the season for Devin LeBron, and it's good for a Fitchburg first down.
It was a bit of a high throw, but fortunately Andrew Gendron 6'5", so that's perfectly fine for him.
Yeah, that works. Well, just because you pull the starters doesn't mean you have to just hand it off all the time. First down, LeBron will keep it himself on the option. Gets across the 40, loses the football, and it is fallen on by the Pilgrims. Another turnover committed by Fitchburg State. Falcons are trying to just run this one out and take their blowout win. They can't stop coughing up the football.
Falcons hadn't fumbled the ball away in 10 quarters and have now done so twice in the span of about 3 minutes. Now is LeBron just trying to extend the play, try to back out and maybe get back past the line of scrimmage in the opposite direction and maybe try again going forward, but the pressure continued. New quarterback for NEC, by the way.
Handoff goes to McDonald on the left side. Gets across the 30 and is brought down at the 29. It's Jack Lombardo, the sophomore from Medford, who's taken over at QB for the Pilgrims.
Gain of about 5 on the play. Top getting Canelo.
Lombardo is 2 for 3 through the air this year, has a 24-yard carry as well.
Lucas Kudstorfer presumably ends a very frustrating day for him. 2nd down and 5. Lombardo sends a man in motion. Hands to McDonald. He'll try the right side this time.
McDonald.
Gain a few yards. That should be the final play of the 3rd quarter.
Gain of 2. Brown and Cano combined for the Falcon hit.
See the Falcons keeping most of their first squad on defense in the contest. You can tell they really want to try to preserve this shutout.
End of the 3rd quarter.
Has been a while, I think, since Fitchburg was able to pitch a shutout. We've reached the end of the 3rd quarter. 48-0 is the score in favor of Fitchburg State. And while we have a moment between quarters, let's take this time to thank the underwriters who bring this and every remote production to you here on FATV.
Fitchburg Access Television's remote productions are brought to you in part by Rollstone Bank and Trust, Acme Carpet One, All One Credit Union, The Sentinel and Enterprise, Minuteman Press, and Unitil.
48-0 in favor of Fitchburg State as we get ready to start the 4th quarter of action here from Elliott Field on the campus of Fitchburg State University. I'm John Gugerty, joined by Dan Bullock, and we're happy to be joined here at Elliott Field by the Fitchburg High School Marching Band. They've been playing their enthusiasm for the Falcons.
Always a pleasure to hear them. Led by Tabitha Greenlees. Fourth quarter of action. Pilgrims in the road, white uniforms with the red numbers. Handoff goes to Ishawn Taylor going up the middle. Gets a good gain on that one. He's into the red zone, down at the 18-yard line.
I think this is the first real scoring threat NEC's had. Of course, they were aided by the excellent field position they got after the LeBron fumble on Fitchburg's last possession.
The Fitchburg High School Band for your attendance and your support today.
Fitchburg trying to preserve this shutout. Their last shutout came last season on the season opener against Dean, 12-0. Last shutout here in Fitchburg was significantly longer ago than that. Taylor trying to get to the left side, could not get out of the grasp of Antonio Pacheco. And he's tackled right out of the red zone.
Martinez Pacheco. Able to get into the backfield, not for a loss.
Pacheco, the junior from Nashua, able to burst into the backfield, wrap his arms around the leg of Ishawn Taylor. He did not let go until Taylor was on the turf.
Now 2nd down and 14 after the loss of 4 yards. Taylor remains in the backfield. He won't have it this time. It's a fumble, and it's going to be the Falcons recovering from KJ Harden.
And the Falcons have recovered.
6th turnover of the day, forced by the green and gold.
As we get deeper into this game and the teams get deeper into their depth charts, no one is able to hang on to the football. Trayvon Lawson applying pressure for Fitchburg State. Lombardo just couldn't hang on to it. Sat there free for a moment. And then KJ Harden, a freshman from Westford, was able to cover it up, give it back to Fitchburg State.
First and 10 for the Falcons. Oreo Fatoki is back into the contest. Fighting and ripping past Pilgrims for yardage. He gets 11 yards on just his 2nd carry of the game, but there's a late flag too.
I think they're going to call Jesus Morfe Gutierrez for unsportsmanlike conduct. Confirm that that is the call, but I know what I saw.
Result of the play is a first down. After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct. Offense number 87. 15-yard penalty, 1st and 10.
It is indeed Jesus Morfe Gutierrez. After this run, Dan, he was not just standing over, but standing over and screaming at one of the Pilgrims. We'll see, he's very close to the play. See, he's engaged in some aggressive blocking there with Matt Perro. Then Morfe Gutierrez kind of wins the block, drives Perro to the ground. The play's over at that point. We'll talk a little bit more about it after this one.
It'll be Fitoki again on the carry, going to the left side. He'll go to the 32-yard line.
So returning to that previous play, after the play was over, Morfe Gutierrez was just standing over his opposing defender. He had knocked his helmet off, and then he's standing over him, shouting down at him. And he doesn't just do it for a second or two, he continues to do it. Very similar to the play that drew a flag on Emilio Cabe earlier. There is a Pilgrim down at about the 30-yard line here.
I'll tell you, the last time the Falcons had a shutout at home was October 10th, 2015, in which the Falcons skunked Worcester State 23-0. You may recall that was Garrett Delikiai's junior year.
That was a while ago.
It was a little while ago.
I probably called that game.
I also would have called that game. That would have been my first year actually calling Fitchburg State football on the regular.
There we go.
While we have a moment, we'll look at the out-of-town scoreboard. There's 2 minutes left in Bridgewater, where Plymouth has a 2-score lead. It looks like the Panthers will be going to 3-0. Framingham and UMass Dartmouth in a close one, 14-10 Rams with about 11 minutes to go down in Framingham. Dean got a touchdown against Westfield. Westfield got 6 of them.
I see.
It's not going well there. Western New England, who beat a previously ranked Springfield College side in the season opener, is pretty good at football, and they're showing that to Worcester. It's 37-7 right now near the end of the third, and at halftime, Mass Maritime's got a 13-7 lead over Anna Maria.
I see. So what I'm gathering from the results of various non-conference games featuring the MASCAC is that generally they're not very good this year,
yeah.
Conference-wide.
Yeah, in terms of non-conference play, there's only one more non-conference game to be played after today, and I believe is going to be Dean playing next week when the Falcons are off.
Falcons 2nd and 5.
I take the field minus 20 over Dean.
They're playing Curry. I don't have high hopes for the Bulldogs.
I see.
Monty Quinn is an excellent running back for Curry. Don't have high hopes. Tomas Polanco gets the handoff, and he cannot escape the grasp of Damon Butts, the freshman from Manchester, New Hampshire, one of many Pilgrims from Manchester, New Hampshire, making the TFL.
Loss for the Pilgrims. Loss of about 5. Falcons have a 3rd and 10.
Great job by Butts getting into the backfield there.
Polanco to the left. And to the right is Fitoki, who takes the handoff. He's going to try to get the 10 yards back. He'll do that. Up the left side, past the 40-yard line to the 43.
I do have a request going forward for the Pilgrims, or for one Pilgrim in particular. If you're a football player or just any person, and your name is Butts, pull up your pants.
Really don't want to make it sound too apt. Another Pilgrim is down on the far side of the field.
Gives us a chance to look first at this previous play. The handoff to Fitoki. Just ran right into a couple of different Pilgrims. One who took the biggest hit from Fitoki would have been Michael Abirad. The injured Pilgrim is Logan Paradise. You mentioned a number of Pilgrims from Manchester, New Hampshire. One of them is Logan Paradise.
There's a few different high schools in Manchester, so some Manchester Memorial, Manchester Central, Manchester West, all represented on this Pilgrim side. Henniker 15 miles to the west of Concord, a little farther down the road is Manchester. The triple option look, Fatoki, blast through the middle, steamroll of Pilgrim, and continue driving forward, bringing the power into Pilgrim territory. Another first down for the Falcons.
So after Fitchburg State had gotten so much out of Rashawn Stewart and Abu Hussein earlier in the game, they go to Oreo Fatoki, who had been the first choice back for the first 2 games of the season. Big, strong, downhill runner. He's able to bowl through tired and beaten NEC defense.
Polanco trying to get to the outside. The line play hasn't been there when Polanco's gotten the ball. This driving through there was for the Pilgrims, Justin Draper.
Just try the outside. Blocking doesn't really materialize in front of him. Gives Draper the opportunity to come in from the backside and make the tackle.
Yep. Trying to go through the depth chart a little bit, Patrick Cates, who is a defensive back, is lined up as a receiver for the Falcons on the right side. Give him a look on offense, see how that goes. It'll be Fatoki. He'll go up the middle. Takes 2 to wrestle him down in tandem. Jacob Brown is one of those Pilgrims. David Jones as well.
Gain of about 7 on the play. Falcons 3rd and 7.
Very important to keep your coaches hydrated.
For the Pilgrim 41.
Hopefully there's sunscreen in that water bottle.
It's a nice warm afternoon here in Fitchburg, around 70 degrees. Third down, about 7 to go. Gendron goes in motion. It will be Fatoki taking it. Fatoki shaking off one tackle, diving forward, will not have the first down. Gets to the 37 or 8 yard line. Falcons not really in punting territory.
Yeah, you could try to coffin corner it maybe. That might even be valuable practice for Hunter Sands, but That's my expert analytical advice there.
I will put it this way. Any punt from Hunter Sands, any distance is going to lower his average on the season. That's how close the Falcons are to the end zone. It'll be Fatoki on 4th down. Just has to drive past the 35 to the 34. He'll get there. Given to the 33-yard line. And it's another first down for the Falcons.
Fitchburg first down.
Fitchburg keeps the clock moving. They're not exactly going to be crestfallen that they only got 4 yards there. Yeah, sure, it would be great if they scored a touchdown or whatever, but more importantly, from the Fitchburg side, just run out these last 8 minutes. Don't get anyone else any more hurt than they already are.
In a sense, the best way to preserve the shutout is just keep the football.
There's that as well.
Fatoki tackled by no fewer than 3 Pilgrims. And one of his own guys, too, was in there. Cifuentes, who couldn't get out of the way of everybody else.
Nick Riker with the hit for the Pilgrims.
It's a 4-yard gain to the 29-yard line. Fatoki has really blossomed into a running back you can truly trust. As it's going to be LeBron rolling out left side. He wants to throw. Now he has to reverse direction to the right side. Now he's going to run with it because what else can he really do? But LeBron's got some good yardage. And he shepherded out of bounds well downfield.
It's really good work by Devin LeBron. There is a flag down at about the 21-yard line. There's also a Falcon who appears to be injured. That's Josiah Russell. as well as a Pilgrim being
Personal
helped
foul.
off the field.
Illegal blindside block. Offense number 21. 15-yard penalty. Replay second down.
They'll call Tomas Polanco for a blindside block. I think right there is where Russell got hurt. Maybe, yeah, right there, just a moment ago, was where Polanco delivered the blindside block. That's what shook up a Pilgrim and drew the flag.
It'll be second down from the 41-yard line. Needing to get to the 23 for a fresh set of downs. Math will tell you that's 18 yards.
Negates what was a very good run by Devin LeBron.
So Fatoki will try to get it all back. And I think Fatoki got it all back.
And that's some.
Nice game. Good for first down yardage.
It's been a while since you could effortlessly say sentences like that.
This tremendous blocking by the offensive line
New England 19.
sets Fatoki up for success, and he takes advantage of it. At that big guy running downhill, he's very hard to bring down. The Pilgrims were unable to do it until he was into the red zone.
In the continued efforts of getting more players into the contest, Tyler Sanders is now a running back, and here's Polanco going to the right side. Polanco with a cutback move at the 5, diving forward. He's down at the 1.
Polanco.
Best run of the day for Tomas Polanco, but you will never believe this, Daniel. There is a yellow handkerchief on the playing surface.
Holding. Offense number 70. 10-yard penalty. First down.
It'll be Cifuentes there. I mean, you'll never believe this from my sight. Tomas Polanco ran to Freddie the Falcon's head.
Yeah, we do have a bird in front of us. He's not exactly an unwelcome sight. So we take a look at the play here. Cifuentes basically tackling a defender in front of him. You can't do that as an offensive lineman. It's not great. I would describe the formation that the Falcons are in, but I'd have to look at the monitor because now I have a bird head in my face.
It's still that triple action. Tyler Sanders now has his first touch as a Falcon. He goes out to the left side. It's at the 20-yard line and shoved down at the 17.
Daniel.
You'll never believe this.
There is a yellow handkerchief on the playing surface indicating that one of the 22 gentlemen currently playing football may have behaved
Offense number 21.
in a manner
10-yard
not
penalty.
in accordance
First down.
with the rules of American football.
So we have we're at 2 holds and an illegal blindside block at this point, right?
That sounds right.
Well, the record is 6 holds, as we know. But we're up to 3 double-digit yard penalties.
Hey, your minor Mets news of the day is that Ryan Helsley got a hold yesterday. That's good in baseball.
It is. You can still give up like 2 runs and still get a hold, though.
Yeah, well.
That's why it's an unofficial stat. Here's Polanco again. He's run for a number of yards, a few of which have counted due to the misconduct of his teammates.
He's gotten his cardio in. That's what's important.
Getting the exercise.
Second and long.
Second down from the 29-yard line. Need to get to the 9 for a fresh set, so 20 yards.
It's got to be difficult to train cardio as a running back because it's all, sprint and stop and sprint and stop and sprint and stop. It's got to be similar to like pro wrestling training.
They go for Sanders. Sanders rushes forward. Be ripped down by the jersey.
Sanders the ball carrier, short gain.
Layden Brault, freshman also from Manchester, New Hampshire. And we get a lot of those. Don't know if we'll have a chance to see Cole Blair on the field for the Falcons in the last handful of minutes. Blair's a linebacker. He was playing for New England College last year, but made the transfer to Fitchburg State. Sanders to the left side, trying to shake out a 1 tackle. Still churning his feet, taken down at the 26.
The former Swampscott Big Blue, Tyler Sanders.
Fourth down.
Sanders from Boston. Got to attend high school in Swampscott. There's a program that lets those inner city students make their way out to the suburbs. Emilio Cabey went to Dover Sherborne as a Boston native as well. Falcons continuing to run the clock down, 3:05 remains. Fourth and a whole lot. LeBron will just see what he can get. It's not going to be enough for the first down, but obviously the penalties put them behind the 8 ball. And so after all of that, the drive comes to an end.
We mentioned earlier that the Fitchburg High School Marching Band is here, and we're very grateful for their presence. We talked earlier as well that they had played Hot to Go. The question for you, Dan, is can you identify the song they are playing right now?
I think I've said last year I'm not great at that.
Well, if you had said anything by Lady Gaga, you would be on the right track, baby, because that's Born This Way.
Ah. 1st and 10 for the Pilgrims. Fire Anderson gets a yard up to the 20-yard line. Give him another one. We'll put him on the 21.
What I want to know is, what did Gary or perhaps Morton do? Like, did he miss too many kicks? Are there HR issues we need to be aware of? Just why should we fire Anderson? There you see
Tabitha Greenlees, again, the band director for Fitchburg High. Does a tremendous job.
Timeout, New England.
And in what has been an incredible rarity in this contest, we have a timeout with 2:15 to go.
That might be the first.
I think it's the first timeout we've seen all day.
Gives us a chance to thank our crew. Always a tremendous job done by them. The second game of our doubleheader this weekend here on FATV. Our director today is Nate Glennie. Graphics and audio and technical supervision provided by Travis Falk. Todd Gauvin operating our replay system. Our camera operators today, Evan Schackenbach, Robin Como, Keith Schrabnick, and Liam Dewar.
It's Kyle.
Kyle Dewar.
Nope.
Kyle Schrabnick and Liam Dewar. I can read a thing. Sometimes. Only sometimes.
Isaiah Manuel was also here to help with the pregame setup as well.
You see Robin and Evan up on the lift.
Mr. Anderson runs up the middle. The man they call Fire gets about 8 yards and gets himself a first down as well.
Is he the one?
That's what his jersey says. 2-minute timeout.
I think that's the only Matrix joke I've got in the holster.
Not a whole lot in the tank for me either. Let's look ahead to the next opponents for these two teams. New England College will start the Conference of New England conference slate next week as they will travel down to Dudley to take on Nichols. That's a 1 o'clock kickoff down there. Nichols, I mean, they're the Bison, but could you call them the Dudley Boys?
Of course you can. Absolutely.
Meanwhile, Fitchburg State next week will be taking on the Bye. They are heavily favored. And then the week after that, they will be taking on Framingham State. And I'm going to be very interested to see how that game's going to go.
State might well be favored.
It's going to be very interesting. Well, but would they if Framingham can pull off this win against UMass Dartmouth?
If Framingham State beats UMass Dartmouth, they would probably be favored coming into Elliott Field to take on Fitchburg State.
There's 2:22 left in that contest in Framingham. It's still 14-10. Westfield has beaten Dean 48-6. Plymouth has beaten Bridgewater 42-21. And don't write off Plymouth State yet either. They're now 3-0. Handoff here on first down. It's the first carry we've seen today for Jackson Borkish. He's had a couple of kick returns in the contest, but this is the first time I believe he's actually been given the ball from a quarterback. Gets a couple of yards. They're going quickly here. Borkish trying to go to the right side. Ran out of room very quickly. Liam Collins was there. Trevor Barnes was there. Barnes wearing 52. He was wearing 97 week 1. Switched him down to a better number. Yellow handkerchief, etc., etc., etc.
Illegal substitution. Defense. 5-yard penalty. Replay second down.
The one thing the Falcons really have to work on is trying to nip these penalties in the bud. That's number 13 today.
That's a lot.
They were already averaging 11.5, so that's going to go up.
All right, Dan, I'll make this one easier. How many nations are in the army of the song being played by the marching band right now?
That would be 7.
There you go.
Yep, even I knew that one. Isn't it fun when a band signature song is not their biggest hit?
Always.
Short game. Third and 4.
One of the greatest bass lines that's not a bass.
Today it appears to be an enormous tuba.
When played by this ensemble.
I'm sure there's a technical term for what a tuba becomes so enormous it stops being a tuba, but I don't know enough about marching band music to know that.
Orkish trying to get one more first down, dives towards the line to gain. Pretty close, looks like he's got it.
Being told that it's a sousaphone.
And upon spotting the ball, the first down is not given.
Gamonley St. Teal had that tackle for Fitchburg State. 4th down.
Gamonley St. Tel gets that tackle. 20 seconds left. It's up to NEC if they want to run one more play in this contest.
They don't appear particularly inclined to do so.
I think the Pilgrims are going to just accept the results of this game and call it a day as Fitchburg State gets their first home shutout in a decade. They beat the Pilgrims of New England College 48-0.
Just a complete domination in the first half by Fitchburg State. The final 30 minutes were the final 30 minutes, and they happened and they're over, and it's fine. But the first half of this game, top to bottom, a complete washout by Fitchburg State. They looked great against Dean, against a very badly overmatched Dean Bulldogs side 2 weeks ago. They looked like they were in a different sport against New England College today. This looked like a team not only that has started a varsity program for the first time since 1973, but is featuring players born in 1973 who had not heard of football since 1973.
New England College did not have the best go of it today. They finish with under 100 yards of offense for the second straight week, 96 to be exact. The Falcons with 482 yards of offense, 26 first downs for the green and gold, 9 first downs for the Pilgrims. Marchitelli finished with 227 passing yards on 13 for 19 throwing. Oreo Fatoki finished 10 for 98 in that score. Early on in the contest, Marchitelli was 9 for 54 on the ground. Devin LeBron 6 for 40. The Falcons didn't have Anthony Aquendo either, who came into today with 4 touchdowns on the campaign. Didn't need him. They'll probably need him in a couple of weeks when Framingham comes to town.
I was just about to say, Dan, for as fun as it has been as a commentator and an alum to call these past 2 home wins for Fitchburg State, defeating Dean and NEC by a combined score of 97-14, in 2 weeks' time against Framingham State, the difficulty gets ratcheted up a little bit, I would say. You've played these last couple of weeks on Pro. Let's bump it up to not just All Pro. I think we'll go straight to All Madden for this matchup against Framingham State. See how the Falcons do.
It is a confirmed final in Framingham. The Rams did beat UMass Dartmouth 14-10.
So Framingham State, having knocked off the presumptive #1 team in the MASCAC, will come here in 2 weeks' time to take on the Falcons. Should be a very difficult game for Fitchburg State. Let's take a look at some of the highlights of the second half. Abu Hussein with his second touchdown run. That was the Falcons' final score. We had the trip to Fitchburg, which, okay, very enthusiastic crowd on hand. Always great to see a lively crowd. When the team plays well, the people show up. That was the case 2 weeks ago. It was the case again today. Falcon defense standing tall against the NEC offense, swatting away passes, sacking the quarterback, more interceptions. You see here the pump fake and then the deep ball jumped and picked by Easy McKnight. That came after the Falcons muffed a punt. Had some success moving the ball, no success there. That was the fumble by LeBron. Set NEC up with their best scoring chance, but they were turned away. Thanks in large part to this turnover here. Ball knocked out of the quarterback's hands, fallen on by the Falcons. How many turnovers did the defense force today, Dan?
It was 6 turnovers.
6 turnovers forced by the Falcon defense today. Izzy Abraham, cool off, stay hydrated, very important. It is a warm day. There are no clouds. The sun is beating down. It's a very good day for Fitchburg State. Again, 48-0 is the final.
Yes, now I will say Dean and New England College, as it turns out, they're a little down in it right now.
Not very good.
Yep.
Fair to say.
Yep. But we saw, the first real test was last week against UMass Dartmouth, and it showed that the Falcons have taken a number of great steps forward. But now against Framingham last year, it was actually a pretty close game in Framingham between the Falcons and the Rams. It was a winnable game for the green and gold. But in 2 weeks' time, when the Rams come in having already beaten UMass Dartmouth and shown that they could very well be a favorite to take the crown again, I mean, at this point, the conference is just wide open, and I'll make a bold prediction. I don't think the champion in this conference is going to go undefeated. I think every team in the MASCAC is going to lose at least one game. I may be even bold enough to say every team in the conference is going to lose 2 conference games. I think this conference is that close in terms of how well they all match up with each other. I don't really know who the favorite is now, but it's safe to say, though, you cannot say that UMass Dartmouth is the presumptive favorite anymore.
No, I don't think UMass Dartmouth is running away with this conference. I think Fitchburg State, at least based on the way they've played these first 3 games, has to be in the conversation for the best team in the MASCAC. But again, we will see a very tough test for them in 2 weeks' time when the Rams of Framingham State come here to play. Until then, on behalf of the entire FATV crew and my partner Dan Bolak, I want to say thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next time right here on FATV.